What's really happening with price tags?
This apple and this apple are the exact same, except for one.
Well, here's the first problem. You're buying a Granny Smith apple, which is disgusting, okay? We're not even going to get into the price tag bit yet. The fact that you are purchasing willingly a green apple from a grocery store is gross. The only thing worse would be like you being somebody that's buying a Macintosh or like a mushy red apple.
One thing. I only paid $1.29 for this apple, but for this one, you paid nearly 3 times that. Not because yours is any better, it's not organic, and I didn't get mine on sale. These are exactly the same, but the algorithm decided that you would pay more than me. Let me explain.
Listen, folks.
Yeah, well, it's really any store that has digital price tags, don't shop at. I think with the I guess advancement of technology, one of the only things that should never change is physical price tags, because that ensures that they can really only change them like once per day. Like unless it's like one singular product that they're up pricing. Like when you see paper, that's how you know that like that's been there at least today.
Start having a rush hour price to it.
These price tags started updating right in front of me.
Just stick it to your customers just a little bit more.
What a wild concept.
Carnegie, Rockefeller.
Do you guys have places with digital price tags though? I'll see them, but not to the point where like Walmart has everyone a digital price tag.
Just stick it to your customers just a little bit more.
What a wild concept.
Carnegie, Rockefeller, and Vanderbilt. What do they all have in common? They owned monopolies. Carnegie was the king of steel, Rockefeller was the king of oil, and Vanderbilt was the king of railroads.
These guys focused all of their time and money on one thing, and that was dominating their industries. As their businesses grew, they were able to effectively crush any competition and choose whatever price they wanted to charge. And they were pretty much untouchable.
But in 1890, a senator from Ohio formed a bill that would allow the government to step in. This bill, also known as the Sherman Act, only had 2 sections. Section 1 made price fixing illegal, and Section 2 made it a crime to monopolize or attempt to monopolize an industry. As you can imagine, when the government passes a law that goes against the richest people in the country, they usually find creative ways around it. So in 1914, the government had to pass.
It's illegal to monopolize, but what counts as a monopoly, right? Like the fact that you have 0 competitors, because you could argue that a lot of the big companies right now, like the top 5 in the S&P 500, are effectively monopolies of their own trade. Like, is Amazon not a monopoly in some way? Like, obviously, the Amazon Prime Video portion of Amazon is not a monopoly. But, like, the Amazon service of, like, okay, yeah, there's Temu and eBay and Etsy and other places where you buy shit online. But, like, I would argue that the majority of Americans and anywhere really where Amazon's available is using Amazon as the first and foremost place where they're buying almost any product.
We're gonna start acting like airline tickets.
So let's play a game to really understand what we're dealing with. Here we have 2 grocery stores, Dave's and Willie's. To keep things simple, let's pretend they each
I'm going to Dave's.
Sell the same thing. Both stores sell their apples for $3 a piece. Customers don't really have a preference, so they just shop wherever their heart desires. But Dave decides that he wants to make a little bit more money, so he lowers his price to $2.50. For the next
Good choice going to Dave's.
week, the majority of customers start shopping at Dave's for their apples because they're cheaper. But as soon as Willie catches on to this, he lowers his price to $1.99. Again, all the shoppers follow the lower price.
That's just the idea of like capitalism, free market, right? The problem with that is nobody ever lowers prices or does anything reasonably without the potential to then just raise it in the long term. Like it's like short-term gains for like, or short-term losses for long-term gains. It's just great. Yeah, gross economics. I mean, it's literally just the idea of competitive pricing because you need to, not because you feel like you want to give your customers a good deal.
Price and move back to Willie's. As you can imagine, this could just continue indefinitely, and that's why it's called a race to the bottom. This is the ideal scenario for us because companies are forced to compete for the lowest price to attract the most customers. However, after all this back and forth, both Willie and Dave are now making way less than they did when both of their prices were $3. If they could get together and create a plan, plan, they could both raise their price to $5 and make way more because customers have nowhere else to go for their apples. But that would be considered collusion, and that's illegal according to the Sherman Act. But
well, and isn't it also within reason on how low you're able to drop that price tag, right? Because couldn't Microsoft, the fucking, monolith of a company that it is, sell their Xboxes for $50 and just take billions of dollars in losses and effectively drive PlayStation out of business?
doing the collusion, and instead it's the algorithm. And what if the algorithm didn't just know what everyone else was?
Competitive pricing is what Xbox did initially. PlayStation, I'm not 100% sure, didn't want to sell the PlayStation for $500. But when Xbox, it got leaked that they were going to sell it for that, PlayStation had to match competitively. It's not a coincidence that they're selling for the same price.
But it also knew everything about you. We're going to get to that, but I have something else to show you first. Exchange-traded funds were built in the 90s, and when you invest in one, you get what you get. You can't customize it, and there's only about 4,000 total options in the United States.
This is an ad.
Ideas, visit public.com/grant. Let's take a look at this chart. It's a simple concept most of us learned in school. Here you have a line showing the supply and
you're like, yo, bro's talking about ETFs, yo. Like, what am I going to start? Exchange traded funds. What am I on, Robinhood?
Line showing the supply, and here is the demand. The point where these lines cross is the optimal price an object should be. As the demand goes up, the price goes up. As the demand goes down, the price goes down.
Oh my God, wait, a monopoly is just the diamond market. That's the best fucking explanation, is the diamond market. I mean, you could even see that with iShowSpeed Stream when Speed tried to buy a diamond and they were like, oh no, we're only allowed to sell to 2 people. Like, the diamond market, diamonds aren't as rare as they seem. Like, they artificially withhold the supply to increase the capability of them to sell them at a higher demand, right? Because they limit the supply, that increases demand. But if they released all the diamonds they had, then diamond pricing would drop pretty drastically.
Pricing goods, but ever since we started carrying these around, things have changed. Airplane tickets were some of the first things most of us noticed. Depending on what time of year you were buying them or when the trip was planned for, it might be more expensive or less expensive. This is what's called dynamic pricing. It's the reason Ubers cost more during rush hour and why flights cost more during spring break. Dynamic prices.
I think dynamic pricing, though, isn't bad in certain instances. Like, an Uber should cost way more at 3 in the fucking morning when there's less Uber drivers than at noon. You know? Like, if you're trying to DoorDash a fucking burrito at 3 a.m., that should cost you more money because there's less people available. It's different, though, when it's grocery stores that are dynamically pricing a product that isn't rare or a commodity that makes sense to do dynamic pricing for. Like, even flights, it kind of makes sense. Where if it's like the day before a flight and it's not full, obviously they're going to drop the prices because they want to fill the flight. What doesn't make sense is when airlines overbook people and then you have that motherfucker on the comms go, yeah, this is Delta Airlines number 608. We are looking for 2 passengers to potentially take a later flight for $500. No, I'm not getting off the fucking flight. I'm not getting off the fucking flight. Give me $5,000. Give me $5,000. I'll get off the flight.
On customer-specific variables. These are things that are determined without any customer data, but as we've started to open our lives up more and more to data collection, we've pretty much opened Pandora's box and allowed companies to take complete control of our spending. If we return back to the Sherman Act, for something to be considered collusion, there needs to be an agreement to fix prices between multiple parties. But that agreement doesn't need to be said, written, or even directly agreed on. It could be something as simple as a wink. For example, if Dave and Willie, our grocery store owners, are out golfing one day and Dave says, man, the price on these apples is way too low. Then they both go and raise the prices the next day. That's considered illegal collusion. In other words, you don't need a direct agreement at all. You just need to prove that they are no longer acting independently. That leads us to the problem we're having today. And in order to explain this, I think we need to order some groceries.
Now, Instacart has been getting
Bro just Instacarted 2 apples and a fucking box of cereal. Are we dead ass? Are we dead ass? I feel like it's a waste when you're not ordering. Like, yo, I always think if I'm going to order something, I'm going to order like $100 worth of shit. Like, don't, like, dude, you remember that one time when Handsome DoorDashed a fucking Red Bull? Like a singular Red Bull. I'm like, you just paid a guy to walk into a 7-Eleven, grab a Red Bull, and drive it to your fucking house. Like, that is insanity.
some heat lately. In a recent investigation, Consumer Reports found that grocery store prices were completely different for each customer, sometimes as much as 23%. And most of us know Instacart because of their app and being able to simply order our groceries instead of walking around the aisles of a grocery store, but they are also the leading software that grocery stores rely on. I mean, just think about it. Instacart had over 250 million orders in the first 3 quarters of 2025 alone. That's hundreds of millions of data points that they can compile and sell to the grocery.
Yo, I never use Instacart because I don't want another motherfucker picking which blueberries I'm using, okay? When I go to the produce section, I'm looking at the case. I'm seeing, oh, no, that one's got a rotten one. Don't want it. That one's good, you know? If I get Instacart, now it's some minimum wage. It's one of you guys. It's one of you guys, you know? You're high on the job, you know? You don't give a fuck if I get good grapes. Because you're just fulfilling the order. Why would you put that extra effort to be like, oh, this raspberry's a little fuzzy on this one? Fuck no. Why are we catching strays? Because the people that fulfill Instacart orders are usually like starting out at a Walmart. It's not somebody that's us, because the older people are the ones at the front checking the fucking receipts and just racially profiling people. The people that are doing Instacart are like the young guys that are rushing around to get shit done. The old people that have been there are the ones that are only stopping black people at the front. That's what they're doing. I mean, that's literally what they're doing. You can watch them do it. That's what they do.
Grocery stores to improve their efficiency because it's a digital
That's cap, brother. You must be going to a different Walmart.
storefront. There aren't any price tags and they can update things in real time. They even acquired Eversight in 2022, which is an AI company designed to optimize pricing.
I've seen it. No, I've seen it, bro. They read every receipt. But when I hand them a receipt, he goes, if I stand behind somebody that's a minority, that motherfucker's looking through each individual fucking thing. I'm like, yeah, no, that's crazy.
Promotions and discounts. But that optimization isn't for the customers, it's for the stores.
According to Instacart, the tools they've built with Eversight can increase grocery store sales by
Would their outdated weapons kill me, or?
We're gonna have 3 different stops in the DMZ. As we got closer to the border, I could genuinely feel the intensity of what we were doing. I started to see Korean military like every mile, and I had that weird nervous feeling in my stomach. As we were pulling up to the entrance, Kelly told us,
when we get to the DMZ, we have to pass through the military checkpoint. The South Korean soldiers will check 3 kinds of your information.
which obviously made me feel uneasy knowing I had a bunch of propaganda posters.
Just shoved right up his ass, too. Jackie, you got to keister that shit. They're going to be patting you down, man.
In my backpack.
Okay, we're almost here, military checkpoint.
Bathroom! Bathroom!
From now on, all the photo, all the video, not allowed.
I snuck a video.
Oh, shit. He walks by me, I go.
Thankfully, we were granted access and we breezed through the military checkpoint. As we drove further and further, we crossed what was the previous border into North Korea and kept going until we were technically no longer in South Korea. All right, we're getting off the bus.
Wait, no longer in South Korea. Oh, wait, the DMZ is literally an area that's not owned by either country. I thought that there was just a gap that they wouldn't enter. I didn't know they still, they're not in South Korea anymore. He's gonna try and not catch the bus back? Jack, this is even worse. Jack, they've bussed you into the demilitarized zone and he's gonna try and stay? I thought that this was just like, he's going, like, I thought you'd be able to like walk up there. You gotta pass through a military checkpoint and he's gonna try and fucking like ditch the group and go camp in the woods?
We're here. Oh my gosh, we're here.
At our first stop, we were immediately rushed into a theater to watch a video.
Although North and South Korea established their own.
This would be really funny if you had like Jack on like Find My iPhone and you knew he was doing this video. So you just start like spam calling him when it's like 2 a.m. and he's trying to be quiet. It's like, fuck, my phone keeps ringing.
Governments after World War II. The peace didn't last long.
This was really weird feeling, and I started to stress about scouting the surrounding area and making sure I get these posters up, because that's like the entire reason.
Bro, Jack, this isn't fucking Disney World, bro. This is the demilitarized zone.
And we're here, but Kelly made sure that everyone stayed next to her at all times and was constantly doing head counts.
I don't know how I'm gonna do this.
We all entered a room and were told to gear up for an old underground tunnel. This tunnel is extremely...
Jack just goes in the bathroom and blows up like a sex doll to sit in his chair. The guy next to him, he's like, don't fucking say anything. Puts there, jumps out the window.
Old and was originally built by South Korea to invade North Korea. While everybody was getting in line, I knew this could be my chance to break away from the group. I think I'm gonna try to dip out that door. And so without wasting any
God, he's actually gonna try and dip.
Time, I took my chance.
This is so sketchy. I've broken away from the group. I gotta keep this low key. I don't even know where I am right now, dude. What the heck? Okay, I think they could be back any minute now, so I'm gonna attempt to find somewhere to put our first poster up. Gotta look for a good spot. I think right here on this pillar would be a perfect spot.
As I was getting the posters out of my bag, I spotted a staff member just behind me. And sure enough, as I was taping the poster...
How you doing? Oh, it's just video. Yeah. Yeah.
I think this guy definitely knew I wasn't supposed to be there, so I had to make this quick.
What is the propaganda that he has? Like an AI-generated, like, femboy Kim Jong-un or something? Big red YouTube arrow. Kim Jong-un does have a butthole! Oh my god, is it that he made Labubu's?
Come on.
Kim Jong-un, what does that say? Kim Jong-un has a $1.2 million Labubu collection.
Our first poster is up. Kim Jong-un has a $1.2 billion Labubu collection.
By Rap TV.
I mean, if this isn't the most embarrassing thing to be known for, I don't know what is. That's right, Kim. You can't stop me.
Do I still have my fake? Oh, I do. I got scammed out of this. This is a fake fucking Labubu. Imagine I found like a wire.
Oh, no. Check it?
Yep.
I would just say no.
I mean, just delete it, please.
Yeah, I can delete it.
I can just delete the recent deletes as well.
Yeah, I was just talking to you guys about potential sleep spots around the DMZ, not even in the DMZ, and a military soldier came up to me and made me delete the footage. I got a clip of him as I was walking away. This is insane, bruh.
After almost being late to catch the
Why are you not allowed to film the other side?
bus, we made our way to stop number...
Like, why is that bad? It's just woods. It's not... Like, there's not people on the other side, like, facing them in that area.
2, the observatory.
I believe this is, like, the closest you can get to North Korea. The vibes are pretty tense.
This is apparently where you can actually see North Korea. So I'm thinking this could be a perfect opportunity to scout a sleep spot for later tonight. And once at the top, despite all of the no filming restrictions, I captured this. You are looking at North Korea. Fun fact, that's a propaganda town. Nobody actually lives there, and it's completely fake. This was one of the weirdest, most surreal feelings looking into this.
That's such a stupid thing. Like, hey, Kim Jong-un, instead of making an entire town that's fake to make it seem like your country doesn't suck ass, maybe make your country not suck ass. Isn't it almost around equal effort to put up infrastructure to make it seem like you're housing a town of 50,000 people? Then, like, I don't know, put that money towards, like, not having your people starve or, you know, not putting them in prison camps. It's like, what are we fucking doing?
This extremely mysterious and dangerous country, which means
You see, he, I don't know if this is real news or not, but I've been seeing that he is, like, claiming that his daughter will be the next ruler after him. And I'm curious to see if she will be uber dictator like him, like mega dictator. Like, do you think she'll be worse? She's worse? Bro, she's not going to be leader for like another 20 years. You know what I mean?
never been closer.
There's no way she'll be worse.
My enemy, Kim.
I need to put up another propaganda.
No way.
And a poster. This wall right here would be perfect.
Ice.
Poster number 2. Oh my God. Kim Jong-un reportedly has a baby on the way with Ice Spice. People walk down this every couple minutes. Sure, hundreds of people are going to be able to enjoy this. Sorry, Kim.
Except I wasn't sorry because I was far from done here. But when I saw that they had security cameras that were being watched around every single corner, I knew I had to be quick. But luckily, Kim can't run fast anyways. But before leaving, the bathroom...
What do you mean? Kim is the strongest person in the entire world. Kim is not even human, the feats that he's able to accomplish. I mean, Kim could probably run a 100-meter in about 4 seconds.
What?
I think it was also the, can I say it's the strength at which you kick them. I don't think it's necessarily horrible if you do it to your friend and you get him to jump, you kick him, and then catch him. But if you're like, hey, buddy, jump, hup, hup, and then you just fucking, like beeline the shit out of his leg so he actually just falls on the fucking back of his head versus, like, on his butt.
Charges were dropped or not. But even if they were, being arrested for
I don't think the strength matters. No, it's fucked up either way, but I think there is a level of, like, malicious intent or not involved. Like, I don't think everybody that wanted to do that challenge was like, I want to hurt my friend. But I think some people that did it were like, yeah, let me just actually try and injure them.
A dangerous internet challenge goes to show just how dangerous it can be. TikTok also stepped in and banned all videos of this challenge on their platform.
Bro, I remember seeing these videos.
Unfortunately, once something is on the internet, it never truly goes away. As evident from 2 girls finding videos of the Skullbreaker challenge, attempting it on one of their classmates, injuring them, and getting charged for it in November 2022, more than 2.5 years after the original fad ended. Fortunately, there haven't been many reports of kids getting injured because of this challenge ever since.
Remember the milk crate challenge? Yeah, didn't some woman actually go paralyzed from that? What sucks is I probably would have fucking done that challenge. Not thinking about it. Like, it's not even, like, a lot of these are like, hey, you're stupid. Why are you running in front of a fucking moving car? What's the milk crate challenge? It's a bunch of crates stacked in a pyramid. And it's like 1 crate, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8. And then, like, back down, like a big, tall tower. And the goal is to just run up and run down. But the higher you are, the less stable you are. And so you fall. But there's people that fell, and you're falling, like, 5 feet off the ground now onto your head. They paralyze themselves, break their neck, something.
Kia challenge. Near the end of 2020 and throughout 2021, authorities in Milwaukee, Wisconsin noticed a significant increase in car theft. What made this even stranger was the fact that the majority of these stolen vehicles were either from Kia or Hyundai, with theft of these particular cars doubling or even tripling in some areas compared to previous years.
Isn't that, is that a challenge, or is that the fact that aren't there certain car brands and makes and models where they only made like 4 different keys for the cars? And so if you just owned a Kia key, you could just break into fucking other people's Kias.
However, before investigators could determine the cause of this surge, the situation spiraled beyond their control in ways they could have never expected. Put simply, stealing Kia and Hyundai cars became an internet trend called the Kia Challenge. It began on July 12, 2022.
Oh no, they're full stealing this car. This ain't no just, oh, I have a key that matches.
When a video captioned Kia Boys went viral for demonstrating just how easy it was to steal Kia and Hyundai cars manufactured between 2011 and 2021. All a thief needed was a screwdriver and any regular USB cable, since the connector just so happened to be the perfect size and shape to jumpstart the vehicle. This was a major hardware-level security flaw.
Wow.
In dozens of car models, and there was no permanent way to fix the problem either. Now, the original Kia Boys video was eventually taken down by TikTok, but the information was already out there and it already sparked the Kia Challenge. Teenagers across the US started.
What, so you just break off the top, you break off the ignition, and then there's a little nub that sticks out and you just turn it and the car starts.
Breaking into Kias and Hyundais and posting their
That is absurdly easy.
Stunts on social media to participate in the challenge. While the stolen cars caused a massive financial burden for hundreds of innocent residents, the real danger of the Kia Challenge came from what many of the thieves did once they had taken control of the vehicles. Since many
crashed into a fucking tree, totaled the car.
Many of them had no intention of actually profiting off the stolen cars and were only doing it for the internet, they began taking the cars for reckless joyrides around town, putting their lives and the lives of everyone else on the road in extreme danger. One of these joyrides led to a police chase, which eventually ended with the out-of-control car slamming into the concrete barrier and the teenagers who stole the car trying to flee on foot. The most
Bro has their bag. You're gonna flee on foot down a highway. Don't worry, bro. You're on Route 33. You'll find the next exit in 5 miles.
Flee on foot. The most disturbing of these incidents occurred in Buffalo, New York in October 2022, where a stolen Kia ride ended in a fatal crash, taking the lives of 4 teenagers. In total, the Kia Challenge resulted in the loss of 8 lives before the disturbing trend was shut down by TikTok and other social platforms. Kia and Hyundai also had to settle a class action lawsuit for $200 million over the dangerously lax security in their cars.
Bro, I feel like that would warrant like a level of recall where you go to a mechanic and Kia has to pay for your car to get fixed, where they like change something out. Because you still able to just do that to those cars?
Car surfing.
Oh, they did do that. Okay, that makes sense. Where you could just bring your car in and they have to fix it for free. Not the mechanic shop. The mechanic shop would invoice Kia and Kia would pay it.
Surfing or riding on the outside of a car as if it were a surfboard has existed as a trend long before modern social media was even a thing. It started gaining popularity in the early 1990s, compelling teenagers and young adults to speed down the highway while precariously balancing themselves on top. Today, most modern cars don't have much to hang on to on the outside to improve aerodynamics, which makes this already high-risk activity even more deadly. It only takes one small slip for even the most daring car surfer to fall into the road. Something that's evident from a 2008 CDC report, which
yeah, him spread eagle holding the outsides of the car, like if they whip a turn, you just fucking fly off. Like you don't have the grip strength for that.
Revealed that 58 people lost their lives while engaging in car surfing, and 41 others were severely injured since 1990. Unfortunately, the rise of social media and the desire to go viral with outrageous stunts have only driven that number higher ever since. Most recently, in May 2023, a 16-year-old boy tragically lost his life while car surfing out the back window of a...
In 2023? Bro, I don't think I've heard of people car surfing. I feel like that's not even... Can I say that's not a trend and that's just a dumb idea people just do? I wouldn't say that's really an internet trend. I feel like car surfing is just something that people are like, hey, why don't you just go stand outside of the fucking window?
Car when the vehicle lost control and rolled over. He would have almost certainly kept his life if he were in his seat with a seatbelt. Sadly, the car surfing trend is just as alive today as it was 3 decades ago, and shows no signs of fading away anytime soon.
You know how terrifying that would be to do on a fucking highway? Like, not that scary if you're going like 10 miles an hour, bro, but this guy's on a fucking highway probably going, even if he's going slow, still probably going 50, 60. Like, if he falls, he just dies. Or serious fucking physical damage.
Blackout Challenge. The Blackout Challenge has existed long before social media. The goal in this challenge is to achieve a brief high that comes from cutting off oxygen to the brain by intentional...
What? I thought this was going to go into the blackout rage gallon trend. Not this. People were fucking auto-asphyxiating themselves to get high and then ended up dying. What? Yeah, the Borg challenge is popular in college and, like, young people in their 20s. Where you shouldn't do this. So much alcohol. You usually get alcohol poisoning, blackout, throw up. It's bad. You take, like, a gallon of water, you fucking empty a third of it, and then you pour, like, alcohol, like hard alcohol to fill the rest. Shake it, pour, like, 2 Mios in, and then that's what you drank that day. You don't notice how much alcohol you're drinking. Yeah, and then you, like, name it stupid things. Yeah, Arthur Borgen. That part's fun about it, but it's like, I don't think Borgs are bad if you don't do a lot of alcohol. Like, if you want to do hard alcohol, water, and Mio, and you're only going to do, like, 6 shots of alcohol, and you're going to spend hours drinking it, that's different versus you being like, hey, I'm going to put a 5th of fucking whiskey. I'm going to throw an entire bottle of Jack Daniels. Now, I'm going to throw an entire bottle of Tito's vodka into this bitch, and I'm going to fucking drink that. Yeah, no, you're probably going to die. Isn't alcohol literally poison? Yes.
However, while many assume that blacking out from lack of oxygen is perfectly safe in the long run, that couldn't be further from the truth. The rewarding high in this challenge is in reality a dangerous form of cerebral hypoxia, where brain cells are deprived of vital oxygen. This can lead to seizures and hemorrhages. Even if someone survives the challenge seemingly unharmed, depriving the brain of oxygen for just a minute can cause permanent, irreversible damage. This can affect memory, reasoning, and other critical cognitive functions in the long run. The line between a fleeting dangerous thrill and irreversible tragedy is terrifyingly thin, and once consciousness is lost, there is no way to control the outcome. Not to mention the very real risk of the person never waking up again. Unfortunately, many who try to recreate this challenge are completely unaware of these dangers, resulting in 82 people losing their lives between 1995 and 2007 alone.
Wow.
What makes this even worse is that almost all of these deaths were between the ages of 6 and 19. Much like other viral trends,
but they were just trying to give themselves a high by choking themselves.
Young, impressionable kids are especially drawn in, motivated by peer pressure or the need for validation, online or in real life. Which is why the resurgence of the blackout challenge through social media platforms like TikTok brought it to an even younger audience and left a devastating trail of victims. One of the most well-known cases is
it got popularized, like, in the last 5 years.
That of Nyla Anderson, a 10-year-old girl from Pennsylvania. Her family found her unconscious on the bedroom floor on the night of December 7, 2021. They rushed her to the nearby hospital. Unfortunately, it was already too late. After barely clinging to life for 5 days, she tragically passed away without ever waking up. No one knew why she would do something like this, until investigators did a forensic analysis of her phone, which revealed she had been viewing videos of the challenge on TikTok. Another tragic instance.
Viewers of the challenge on TikTok. TikTok didn't take that shit down? TikTok was letting people just fucking film themselves choking themselves to get high?
Happened in April 2022 when a 12-year-old boy from the United Kingdom named Archie Battersby suffered catastrophic brain damage after attempting the challenge and passed away months later. And these weren't isolated incidents either. Numerous other children, some as young as 8, suffered a similar fate or other life-altering injuries after attempting this challenge. Sadly, despite social media sites' best efforts to suppress the challenge, it continues to spread to this day.
I mean, dude, those are certain things that you're not going to be able to fully stop ever, but you should have full restriction. I mean, social media should have, I understand the idea of, like, free speech and posting what you want to. You should not be able to post that shit. On TikTok, being like, hey, here, like, I choked myself last night and I got high from it. What the fuck? All right, Scream 7 trailer. The cost of becoming Jinxie.
Oh my god!
This was the exact moment Jinxie became the most subscribed streamer on Twitch.
Now listen, if you don't know who he is,
Bro, you gotta look at this real quick. This doesn't even look real. This looks f***ing edited. I mean, like, talk about Elon Musk versus average American. 1 million subs, 73,000. And that's still insane. 73,000 subs is huge. Queso's like one of the biggest streamers, one of the biggest YouTubers in the world as well right now. 1 million subs. I know it's from the subathon, but god damn, dude. What does Jinxie have right now? Like 50K?
You better find out why he's so popular, man.
It seemed like Jinxie came out of nowhere. Like he snapped his fingers and all of a sudden, he was the new king of Twitch. For most people, this is a dream come true. To wake up, play video games.
No, I think the dream come true is to be like a top 500, top 1,000 streamer, but like you're in your niche community. Honestly, bro, what I would say the ideal is well, I mean, I really love my job and I love my audience, but I'm not saying the ideal because I feel like that's self-glaze. I'm going to go the ideal Summit 1G. Bro hops on the game. His chat has been watching. His chat's like 35. They've been watching him for 10 years. And he just plays fucking whatever game for 15 hours and hops off. But he doesn't cross-post much. Like, he just games and then gets off. He's never been... I mean, early streaming, he was probably, like, one of the biggest guys. But, like, he's always maintained crazy relevancy. But he's never, like, you know, spiked or dipped. He's always been, like, 10K viewers, 10K viewers, 10K viewers, 10K viewers. And it's just, like, held him consistently. You know, like, he has, like, the reliability of, like, a 9 to 5 in terms of, like, income. But he doesn't deal with, like, the spikes or the downsides. I do social media. Right? But I would never want to be on the top. Being on... yeah, literally. Yo, literally the same shit. Literally the same shit. I don't even know when I talked about this. The top is a curse.
But what?
Bro, it is. It is. It is. I will have that take, bro. Literally. If you look at the fucking top Twitch streamers, bro, they get the most hate. They get the most hate if you know them. Like, I'm going to go to English streamers because I know English streamers more. Bro, Kai, I feel like Queso's an anomaly, okay? Let's rule him out. I feel like does Queso get hate? He does. I know he does. Everybody gets hate. But I feel like Queso has a very high ratio of positivity versus negativity. But I think he still does get hate. But I think his audience is like, you know, I think his audience would die for him, if that makes sense. I think I'm going to say parasociality, but I think the loyalty behind Queso's fan base is like very, like ride or die type shit. Like, somebody shits on Queso, they're going to immediately like attack them, which I think is bad to a degree, but also like, goddamn, you know, people rep Queso. But anyways, as I was saying, Kai gets a lot of hate. Jinxie, Hassan, Jason, I don't know who Christina is, Ron, Adapt. These are also subs. It's not like the top channels necessarily on like performance. Let me actually go to English channels and then personality. But like, dude, literally all these people get like the most hate. And, you know, for varying reasons. But I feel like when you're at the top, it's like you make yourself a target in that sense.
What we don't see in this moment is what it took to get here. Because success like this doesn't come free. It comes with a cost. And for Jinxie, that cost was higher than most people could ever imagine.
639 hours streamed to an average viewership of 2. That's Jinxie, man.
While his friends were out living their college...
damn, bro. He streamed 600 hours to 2 people. That's fucking dedication, bro. 600 hours to no one. Literally, 2 people, bro. That's like your mom, your dad. Nightbot and a random friend.
College years, Jinxie was alone, night after night, sitting in front of a camera, streaming to almost no one.
Because it's not about the hours that they know about. It's about what you do in the dark room when it's you and your thoughts.
For years...
Okay, no, that was actually, like, hard, but I didn't expect Jinxie to say some, like, motivational-ass shit like that. I feel like that's something I would hear in, like, a gym motivation clip, like, a montage I'd listen to when I was, like, working out when I was 14. It's not how hard you get hit. It's not about how hard you get hit. It's about how hard you can get hit and keep moving forward.
So low, they didn't even register. 5 viewers, 10 viewers. It was a dream no one else could see.
Every great thing that you will ever achieve is brick by brick, day by day, night by night.
But the real question is, what exactly did he give up to reach number 1?
His fucking life?
Nicholas Stewart, or as we know him
What the fuck are you talking about, bro? Jinxie streams all day, bro. What? Look at that motherfucker's hours. Like, comparable to anybody else, dude, it's insane. I stream averagely like 100 to 120 hours a month. Like, this is my stream stats, right? Like, I stream 100 to 120 hours a month. Queso streams around like 96, I think. Queso streams 4 hours, hard cuts it off. Bro, average hours streamed a month for Jinxie is in the 200s. Yeah, it's been a little less over the summer. But like, bro, 263, 261. What is that per day? 263 minus or divided by 3. That's 8.7 hours a day every day in a month, right? So like if you're like removing like weekends, I mean, he streams, I don't think he takes days off. At least often, right? Like this is over the last, what, like 3 weeks? 19, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 1, 2, 3. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So over the last 15 days, he hasn't taken a day off. Which, like, yeah, it's streaming, but, like, oh, he's actually been streaming a little less recently. I think that's good for him, bro. That's, like, a mental health thing, bro. I think streaming over, I will have the take that streaming over, I think Ron says the same thing at times, but I think Ron also streams a lot. Streaming over, like, 5 hours a day, every day, is unneeded. Like, unless you're first and foremost a streamer, there's no point in streaming, like, 12-hour days. Like, it makes sense for people like XQC or like Train or guys that kind of like live on Twitch. But if you are basically like spreading your wings across all social media platforms, streaming like 9 to 15-hour days is just insane. Like, why?
He wasn't chasing streamer awards. His first love was actually soccer. He played competitively for a local team called Everton FC in Florida.
Yeah, so did I. I played for the Purple Fighters.
And for a while, that was his entire world outside of school. As the mid-2010s rolled around, soccer wasn't his only obsession anymore. Like countless teenagers, he was sinking deeper into the world of video games. It started with the mobile game Clash Royale. Nick grinded his way up the ranks, even competing at the semi-pro level under the name...
Oh my god, Nick. Jinxie's name is Nick. I always... Yo... Isn't it so weird when you hear the real name of somebody with like a show name? Nicholas. Do you think he hates being called that? Should I just text him Nicholas? What's up, Nick? He'd be like, bro, what? What's your real name? Oh, I don't know. Joe Bartolozzi. What's my real name? Oh, it's actually John. No. But that's like the screen name for certain streamers gets just so ingrained. It's like, I know his real legal name isn't Jinxie, but I'm like, I never think of anything but like, oh, this guy's Jinxie.
It's no one Nick. By his junior year, the focus had once again shifted. He wanted to stream, so he created a new account, called it I Sweat Games, and for the first time, he hit go live on Twitch.
His first username was I Sweat Games.
Alright, what's up, guys?
Who the fuck? How did he find his first stream? Now that's mad weird. How did he find his first stream? That doesn't even exist anymore. What do you mean? Bro, this is from like 8 years ago. Yeah, where was this VOD? Like he saved this and posted it or something?
Let's go.
And the timing of this move was perfect, because 2018 was the year live streaming exploded into the mainstream. Fortnite was everywhere, pulling in millions of players and casual viewers. Streamers like Ninja, Tfue, and Daquan were becoming household names.
Nah, best year to get into streaming was 2020. 2020 to 2021, bro. That was like COVID. Nobody had anything to do. And I think small streamers had their peak then. Like most people that streamed during 2020, if you look at their Twitch tracker, they had the most viewers they ever had in 2020 to 2021. Because that was when like everybody was just watching like anyone. Now I think it's been like really split to where like the highest streamers get the most viewers because people don't want to just like stream bounce a lot, but you had nothing else to do for like 10 hours a day. So
Ninja's
you'd watch 20 viewer streamers.
collabs with Drake, Travis Scott, and Juju Smith-Schuster made headlines outside of the gaming world, putting Twitch in front of audiences who had never watched a live stream.
When did Ninja do the floss on New Year's Eve? I didn't see that live. I only saw clips of it, and I'm kind of upset about it because I don't watch the ball drop.
And that sudden surge of attention created space for new creators to break through. Now, I Sweat Games was short-lived. Nick dropped that username and started fresh as Jinxie, but starting then gave him a chance to grow with the platform. He just had to follow the usual playbook.
Do you go to school? I graduated high school last year, bro. I'm pursuing a career and becoming a full-time Twitch streamer and YouTuber.
To become
See, bro, I feel so split on when people say that. Because, like, most people would probably be like, bro, you're corny, you know? And I feel like he probably got that hate. You know what I'm saying? Like if he had just graduated high school and he was streaming to no people and they'd be like, what do you do? Like you're like 18, bro. You just got out of college or not college, high school. Like, are you going to go to college? Are you going to try to go to no, I'm going to be a Twitch streamer. Most people would be like, bro, figure it out. You know, I even got that shit at times, but I'm like, I think that's good to be that pursuant of your dreams, but I feel like Jinxie is also, I don't want to say don't do that because obviously it worked for him and I think it could work for anybody, but I think you should always have a backup. You know what I mean? Like my take, whenever I hear somebody that's like, yeah, dude, just quit my job. I'm going to start up stream, making my account today. Huh? Yeah, I don't know how I'm going to pay rent next month. Maybe I'll fucking spark up some viewers. Huh? Quitting your job you've never even streamed before? Like, that's crazy. I think, like, you kind of want to, like, slowly pick up one, drop the other, and then transition to social media. I think he's also in a different position where he had, like, a year to try this out. But, you know, I always get worried for people because I don't want them to, like, not make it and then be in a slump. But then it's also, like, you know, I think putting all your eggs in one basket can go really good or really bad.
A top 1% streamer on Twitch, you really had to chase the biggest titles. And at that time, that game was Fortnite.
It's called Fortnite. It's free.
The new season rolled out. You had to be the first to show the viewers what was new. Be the first to find the bugs, the Easter eggs, to play the games in ways no one else was. And that's how you'd stand out.
Yo, we need that, my man. Hold on, chat. We need that.
But first, a quick word from our sponsor.
I'm going to have the take that I think getting losses, but you are so much more enthralled by the potential to win millions that you don't care. It's a dopamine rush. That's why they're all flashy and colorful. There's no windows in casinos. They give you free drinks. They're panning into your brain's anatomy, knowing that they're basically crafting the perfect situation for you to be happy and okay with losing tons of money.
This is why people come here on vacation.
Then Beverly showed up in the darkness.
For how long have you been down here?
Probably 8 or 9 years.
I've done online gambling and in-person gambling, and it depends on the person that you're saying, which is also different from sports betting. I do sports betting all the time, and that's its own conversation. But it's like online casino gambling versus in-person casino gambling. In person, I will lose 3-4 times as much as online. The dopamine from sitting in front of a slot machine, actually at a roulette wheel, playing a game while you're drinking versus like sitting and watching a screen, it's not even comparable.
How is the situation here when it rains?
Horrific. Very scary. I've been caught up in it twice, and one of the times I really didn't think I was going to make it out.
What do you think about Las Vegas City?
A lot of it's almost like wallpaper, you know, like it's just made to look good, you know. These big casinos aren't built on winners.
Do you change your spot time to time, or do you always stay right here?
Oh no, it definitely changed.
What is the hardest thing about tunnels?
She packed years of disappointment into one word.
The people.
Even this deep down, there's stuff all
I mean, yeah, being alone would be, like, if you knew that nobody would fuck with you, it would be a hell of a lot easier to be down here.
all over. Some of it was probably brought in by the flood, some carried in with shopping carts. After walking for another 20 minutes, we came across an eerie shadow stretched across the wall.
Don't shoot. We don't mean any harm.
Before we go further in the tunnel, I want to share how my heritage DNA kit helped me.
Bruh.
Hey there. How are you? Look at this trash.
Yo, he's got a whole fucking survival tent. Like, where did he find that? They had to have bought that. It's like an expensive ass tent.
Hey there. How are you?
Oh, I'd be so scared of that dog, bro.
We first offered him some supplies, then he invited us into his tent.
This is where this guy sleeps. He puts his clothes here. This is his table, kind of workstation.
6 years ago, I moved to Vegas alone, and my parents died in 2018. It's the 2 years I've been down here, if not more. So.
How do you find water and food?
I go turn on the fire hydrant right around the corner from here. I have my food stamp card, but if I really, really have to, I'll go steal food.
How do you stay safe?
Where do you steal food, though? Like buffets in Vegas? Like you're going into the casino or something and just grabbing food and dipping?
In this tunnel.
Like everywhere else, you just gotta watch your back.
There's a scar on your forehead. What happened?
I got hit in the head with a 2x4. And
what the fuck?
Got 11 stitches.
In here?
Yeah.
What was the reason?
Over a bike. Bikes are a hot commodity in this area, and a lot of people need them, you know.
Have you ever seen...
It is weird how the people they're interviewing have different things. Like, he seems like he's pretty geared up comparable to a lot of the other people. Like, there was one guy that literally just had a shopping cart and a chair. That woman had a whole bed. He has a fucking tent, a whole setup, a dog, a table.
And someone at the moment their life was taken?
Yeah, he seems really chill.
Unfortunately, yeah. I remember hearing somebody come in and 2 shots go off. He got hit in his back and in his neck. And before I knew it, he was standing right in front of me with a white t-shirt on that was turning red really fast. It was his brother who shot him.
The psychology of being down here in the darkness must be
He watched a guy kill his brother in front of him in the tunnels.
really hard.
Some people can't take it. There are people out there that haven't seen the light of day and never will. People that turn gray down here, like.
Really?
Yeah, I've never seen anything like it. At night.
Oh my God, like vitamin D deficiency. They never leave the tunnels, constantly in the dark. And it's also like, if you're down here for such an extended period of time, the sun's probably disturbing, you know? Like you almost become nocturnal in that you don't even want to leave unless it's nighttime because it's like leaving. Like imagine, you know, when you go to a movie theater and you're there for 3 hours and you leave and it's so bright and it fucks with your eyes. Like imagine that, but like days in the dark, weeks in the dark.
It sounds like there's people walking.
Like you would walk outside, it'd be actually blinding.
Right outside your tent.
Like you wouldn't be able to see.
And multiple times I've gone out there and there'd be nothing. You never know who you're gonna run into down here. That's for sure.
Here in the dark, most of them lose their ID cards and never get them back. Without an ID, they can't apply for a job, rent a place, or access social services because they don't officially exist according to the system.
It's a roadblock. It's not really true though. Yes, they need those things, but if I handed out IDs today to every single one of them, they'll
yeah, they still wouldn't go get help.
Still be here tomorrow. There's a lot of things happening at the same time. Traumas, mental health, all these things we need to address. I was like 2 years, 3 years homeless, walking down the street, and I saw 3 people that I knew having a sword fight in the middle of the night. I heard cling, cling, I saw blood, I looked at it, it was like nothing to me. That's what happens out here. You become traumatized and used to these situations.
Phil once lived in a house with a pool.
How did he get out, though? How did he get out? Like, I feel like you need somebody, you need to show willingness to leave and also have somebody to lean on to get out. Because it's not as simple as just like, oh, I'm going to get a job. Because you still don't have enough money to like be presentable and go to work. I mean, it depends on the job and what you're getting. But like, how do you go from being homeless and living in the tunnels for 6 years to being able to afford an apartment and also like clean yourself up, go to work?
But after retiring, life slowly pulled him underground.
The police radios and stuff would not work down here.
For the people that are like all on black, bro, all on black, you're like, oh, just fucking gamble it. Do you know how much money it cost? Dude, yeah, maybe you somehow scrounge up $100 as a homeless guy and you fucking run it up to $2,000. All right, you can afford the worst apartment in Vegas for 1 month. Still don't have food, can't pay electric bills, can't pay fucking water bills. You still don't have enough money to fucking survive.
That lured a lot of people down here.
How long have you been in the tunnels?
8 to 10 years.
What was the...
10 years? Oh my God.
Worst thing that happened to you in the tunnels?
Possibly getting caught up into one of the floods that came through, because it takes about 10 minutes for the water to be about 8 feet high. We have no warning system telling us there's water coming other than to hear the water itself. There used to be signs down here that said, the current never lose, which is very true. We've lost quite a few people. The hardest things in the tunnels is losing the things you gathered over the years.
Just weeks after this interview,
You know what's fucked too is the people of Vegas, or I guess the government in Vegas. In the beginning you saw them kind of climb through that caged area that might have been trying to block them off. If they really wanted to, they could make it so you couldn't enter the tunnels. But they don't want to do that because then there's a bunch of homeless people in Vegas on the streets constantly, and that's a vibe killer for the fucking people coming from another country to come gamble in Vegas. Markers that you have to take into account here, man. You know, like team morale. You know, this guy might not be getting rebounds and he might be 0 for 3 on threes, but like, you know, he's just bringing vibes to the table. And, you know, that matters a lot.
Great for the class, if that makes sense.
No, that's super cool. I've never seen anybody
He's got JV talent, but varsity vibes. Where do you place him?
do anything like that.
Yeah, it's different. It just makes practices super competitive. You know what you're doing right, you know what you're doing wrong all the time. So we step over here, kind of the film room side. This is kind of like the player, you know, eventually it'll be kind of like the player lounge side of things. Right now, this is obviously where we have some film in here. We got our legacy wall over here. This is kind of one of the cooler parts of the room because, you know, once you graduate from the program, you get to sign the wall. So anyone that's played here, graduated from Allen, they come and sign the wall on senior night. Technically, we got one NBA guy, Isaiah Stevens. He's playing with the Miami Heat right now as a rookie. Probably the most decorated Colorado State basketball player in history. But most of our guys are like just like really good college players. And then this is something kind of unique and different that I feel like we've done. You know, this is kind of like operates as our press.
Even then though, like you could play, I know a lot of guys that would play D1, be really good in college, not good enough for the NBA. They just move to Europe. You're not going to make millions of dollars a year, but you can make $120K a year full benefits playing for like a German team or some shit.
Conference room too, at times, and we have a separate room, but like after every game we do post-game press conferences. We have like a student media team that's kind of helping us run that, just helping.
Post-game press conference?
These guys develop interview skills. Like I think he's gotten
that actually is pretty good. You get like media training.
A lot better over the last few years at answering questions and things of that nature. So not a lot of teams do that, at least public schools around here. So this room won't like overly impress, but like this is something we're still working on. Like we just literally like started this year, we started putting together. It's like an old closet training room. We still got to update some stuff, but it is unique because a lot of our guys come in here and we have like the Normatec boots and it's kind of a recovery room. So yeah, these guys would be napping in here all the time. Like snooze cam is on high alert in here, but we just keep like the Normatec boots in here, like recover.
Yeah, this high school's rich as fuck, bro. I remember that used to be like the big thing, dude. Those pants that are like cold or hot or whatever, and they fucking help you not be sore and recover mad quick.
Free stuff.
Yeah, Normatechs are at least $600. Yeah, those are expensive as fuck. And they got like 4 pairs of those casually in one training part of their. They probably have 100 of them.
Hyper ice in the fridge, things like that. We kind of use that fridge as like a nutrition.
Actually, though, bro, they probably have like $50K worth of fucking Normatec gear just in their high school
area to like, we'll throw like muscle milks and things like that in there. How good they have it yet, but maybe one day they will.
As we made our way through campus, we walked past their massive 4,000-seat arena that is quite literally bigger than the one that I had at my college. However, the gym currently had AP testing going on, so we didn't get a good look on the floor, but during game days, I've heard this place gets rocking. Their student section is full nearly every single game, but they have something special that I've never seen at the high school level.
I don't know if anyone's doing it in the country, but like we're truly making it into like a college basketball environment. So like at our games, our student section's packed. Like you got stuff flashing up on the screens during the game, like videos, goofy.
Bro, do they have player intros? Nah, dude, that is hard. You get a player intro in high school? That's fucking sick, dude. Like, they're not just introducing your team or like calling out your name. You have like a filmed edit of you. Oh my God.
Stuff.
Do you guys have a media team that's creating this stuff that are students here?
Yes, yeah, we're like starting to build.
And that is crazy because even if you're not athletic, but you want to be in the sports media space, this is probably also a pretty good spot to be because you could get involved in that where like any other high school you wouldn't be able to.
So we're going on year 2 of having like a student media team. We also have like a video guy and a photographer that are with.
What the fuck? This looks like the NFL headquarters. Like, I went to the NFL headquarters to film that video. Bro, this is dead ass like as high tech. We have 3 movie cameras. Who the hell is doing the talks here?
That's kind of like full time. I don't want to sound arrogant, but like there's a lot of these that just are around the school. So a lot of our teams here are successful. I mean, what is it? This is volleyball. This is state title basketball 2018. This is mostly just like tournaments and stuff. I think some of the state trophies are actually down here. So we'll step out here. This is the school side. So like everything on this side is only really.
I don't want to say I'm surprised that they don't have more players that are pro, but is this like a newer high school? Because something with facilities like this, I'm actually shocked they're not like churning NBA and NFL players. Like they said they have what, 1 or 2 NFL players and like 3 NBA players. I feel like, dude, this looks like a facility that would have like everyone.
Accessible to like athletes for the most part. Obviously you can see the football stadium over there from the window. If you want to make jewelry, you can go to the.
Bro said, look at that clock, bro. Out of everything, you're impressed by the digital clock. Ours has a battery and a fucking hand clock, dude. I'm sitting there trying to read that shit. They got all digital?
You can go to the jewelry making class. Yeah, I can't say that they offer jewelry making at my.
Wait, what the fuck? Wait, is that a jewelry store?
Yeah, I can't say that they offer jewelry making at my high school, but you know, there's something for everybody here, I guess. As you keep walking, they just.
This is just a college, bro. This is just a college with easier classes. The campus is the same. You have weird ass electives that like are very, you know, untaught at the high school level.
Branch off like to the sides. Yeah. And there's just like classroom. I mean, on both floors.
Hold on. So when you guys were freshmen, or I guess what, sophomores when you're here, did you guys get lost?
First day. Yeah, first day for sure.
Yes. Yes.
First day, like I was here, the hallways were so crowded because so many people are trying to like find a way to get to class.
I avoid when the bell rings. If I gotta go somewhere, I wait like 3 minutes because I'm like it's like New York City. Like everybody's just like penguins.
We drove in here when people were leaving. That's a lot of cars.
Yeah.
Damn, bro. I wonder what those halls be sounding like, dude. Yo, imagine at McAllen High School in 2018. That shit, yo, I guarantee you motherfuckers be like, that shit was a movie. You'd be walking in the hallways hearing this. Lucid Dreams. Coming out of 9 different speakers.
Yeah.
As we head downstairs, this cafeteria is.
Oh, Mo Bamba. Holy fuck, dude. Holy fuck.
Is what shocked me the most on this campus. Instead of your milk and stale pizza like most schools have, this place has real restaurants, including an on-campus Subway. Like, what? But somehow this still.
I'm not gonna call Subway a restaurant, but they have an espresso machine. What? They have an espresso maker. Yeah, this is literally just a college dining hall.
But somehow this still isn't even the craziest part.
So this is the cafeteria. We have A lunch, B lunch, C lunch, and D lunch. We have so many people, so everybody can't fit lunch at the same time. You can eat anywhere you can. We have like almost a dozen restaurants you can choose from. Subway, Pizza Hut.
So you're a public school and you have
Pizza Hut.
Subway in your cafeteria.
Yes, we have Subway, and it's pretty good too, actually.
All right, let's just go look. What the heck? It's like a mall cafeteria.
And again, you notice the amount of tables that are not being used right now. Like
Subway, Pizza Hut. Is that Mexican over there?
Cactus, burger joint. Oh, what's this one? Is this panini?
Yeah, this is like fried chicken.
Fried chicken.
What's your go-to?
My go-to Subway, or I get some fried chicken, or I get some. It's like a Panda Express.
Walk up to the Subway. Let me get some olives. Let me get more olives. Why don't you put some shredded lettuce on that?
This is wild. I love the lighting. Make it feel a lot bigger than it actually is.
There you go. Never mind. Walk away.
100%. It's kind of like my house that I'm trying to get right now. We're trying to go for the high ceilings. It makes you feel.
Big Texas houses, man. Come on now.
Oh my gosh.
Where to next?
What are they called? Mopeds, right?
Oh my god.
Our security guards like Segways.
They got Paul Blart in this motherfucker.
Around on these things. We have like 15, 20. This place is secure. We feel very safe here. Hey, there's a little little mini toughie right here. One of our
Well, I didn't even think about that. Yeah, they should have like TSA for motherfuckers to get in here, dude.
mascot just casually walking through the hallway. This is kind of cool. Like, I don't know, this kind of shows you like, I would say the school spirit here is pretty high. If you've ever seen a pep rally or a video of like some of that stuff that went viral, like, I mean, we packed the gym, 6,000, 7,000 students. Faculties, pep rallies here are a pretty big deal, big part of our community. Sports are a pretty big part of our community. Obviously with football being excellent, wrestling, every program here is top notch, so.
What do you think, what are you guys doing as like a basketball program? Because obviously football's won all the state championships, you know, huge pedigree of NFL players. What are you guys doing as a basketball program to kind of keep pace and try to get to that level that they're doing?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, this, you know, just being our second, third year going in now, like, we're trying to build it. I mean, they want to.
Yo, there's one kid here that sells mad drugs. I was just thinking about that shit. Somebody said premium vape detectors. Bro, when you said that, in my head, I was like, yo, there's one kid that just deals crazy drugs here.
Championship here in 2018, had some great players come through, but no.
7,000
What they've been able to do in football, like, we're definitely trying to get.
You're sitting in class and Channing Tatum sitting next to you. He's like, yo, you know where I could get some meth? What?
To that level. I mean, going to the national championship this year.
Dude, you're like 40. Shh.
Get to state Texas was definitely a big step for our program. I'm just trying to be more of a nationally prominent name in the basketball world is, you know, kind of our goal. In Texas, I mean, you got Duncanville, like, that's what most people think of when they think of Dallas basketball. You got Faith Family, Dynamic Prep. There's a lot of good basketball here, and we just want to be in that conversation of one of the top schools in the country year in and year out. We do have our own, like, campus store, so they can buy merchandise.
Just get some 7'8" Ukrainian guy to just come to McAllen, bro. I mean, like, what are we doing? Dude, we're really trying to be, like, top of the squad, man. Just get some 7'2" fucking basketball player from Europe.
And things like that. Again, goes back to the branding. Like, if you leave this school...
Get a Lithuanian guy to come play on your team.
Graduate and you don't feel a sense of pride of, like, being an Allen Eagle, it's kind of hard not to. I mean, you're just surrounded by people that care and love about the school. So we got graduation next week, which will be... I mean, you can imagine how long graduation is here. From A to Z, it's going to take a little while.
You do it all one day?
Yo, I left my shit after they called my name, bro. They said, please don't leave after they... not in high school, in college. In college, they're like, stay till the end. They try to wave you on. You shake their hand, they go, Joe Bartolozzi. Shake their hand, they're like, oh, this way. I go, oh, no, I got to pee. I just fucking walk out of there. Thanks for the diploma. What am I going to stand there and watch... Like, because this is the way that I'm thinking about it. Number one, I got places to be, right? When I graduated, I went and ate at fucking P.F. Chang's. Had to get the lettuce wrap, okay? It was crazy. I was hungry as fuck. Number two, I had an Airbnb reservation because I was going to get hammered that night. Number three, I don't know anyone in my class. And number four, if their last name started with a B, I know their ass would leave before me. So let's get out of here. Their last name's Zarofsky. Oh, you're not gonna fucking stay? No.
Yes.
In the gym?
Yes, and they have fireworks and a drone show.
In the gym?
No. It's in the it's at the football stadium. So yeah, this is kind of cool. This is our newsroom. This is where we do a student news show every day. It airs on everyone's TVs in every class. It's like a 5-6 minute deal where they give sports updates, school updates in general, which is pretty cool. I mean, it just automatically shows up on everyone's TV at the same time. So.
These are some state-of-the-art camera equipment here, man.
Yeah, it's super big time. As we kind of grow our student media team, like this is what I'm trying to tap into too, is because we have a lot of talented kids here. It's such a big school, but like there's programs like this that as a basketball program, like we can partner with and collaborate with.
How are we still inside?
You're still in the high school.
It just keeps getting bigger.
This is called the PAC, or the Performing Arts Center, right? If you go through those doors, that's like our auditorium, like huge, kind of where we do meetings and stuff. This is our store. I guess it looks like it's closed right now, but this is where they sell like hoodies and hats and all kinds of stuff. Yeah, this is our culinary kitchen. We have a student-run restaurant here called the Blue Cafe, which is right around this corner. There's a
yeah, I got food poisoning at the Blue Cafe.
Chef here, he teaches the class, but they're selling, you know, they were like, as a teacher, you can come here any day and buy lunch. I guess it's after hours right now, so they're shut down, but it's a restaurant, so you can go in there, you can sit down, they'll take your order, like, pretty crazy.
That newsroom's nuts. It's like full-scale Oscar level. Oh look, speaking of that, there's a Grammy.
Oh, someone got a Grammy here?
Allen High School. The Grammy Foundation, 2011. All right, add it to the list. There's a Grammy. That's super cool.
Any other things that
What? Somebody got a Grammy in high school here?
I should be mentioning about our fine arts department?
Well, they've got the largest band in the world.
Yes, that.
Band in the world.
In the world?
Yeah. When there's football
High school,
games,
I'm
the
guessing.
band itself is, I think, 600-700. Then of course they
600-700.
Yeah, and then we
6 or
that was a good one. 700 students on the fucking band team, bro. They probably got 100 people playing the triangle.
6.
You gotta add in also they've got the
You have 700 students. That's 10% of their student population. That means 1 in 10 kids are in band.
color guard and talent. When you include all of them, it may get up. I don't know if it gets over 700 or 800, but it's it pretty much fills the whole field. It's almost hard to march. There's so many of them.
So when you guys do like tryouts for high school, how many kids are at tryouts?
Tryouts here are pretty tough.
He was already on life support when he started, so his growth was never tied to the popularity of the game. The climb took longer, but it built a foundation that wouldn't.
I think Jinxie's popularity was slightly tied to the game, but I think he has a very heavy audience that still likes watching him for him. Top guy on any stream, you are dealing with all of the bullshit.
However,
Facts.
success often comes at a cost. In just a few months, he went from a random kid on Twitch to the internet's main character, and that meant his personal life wasn't really his anymore. Relationships, drama. Suddenly, it was all being dissected.
Yeah, more and more of your life gets put in the hands of other people. You kind of become like a cranked robot to a degree, where like the more when you're at the top like that, you basically are just like a puppet that people use for entertainment in some form or another, you know. But at the end of the day, it's like for you to appeal to an audience, you basically have to like bend to anything that they want to see. And then usually creators hit a point where they go, fuck this. And I think Jinxie did. And that's why, you know, he had a dip in viewers, but I think he's still one of the biggest streamers of all time. And I think a lot of people clown on him for that. I fucking respect it, man. For him to like slightly abandon the game that he played for so long and want to be like, I'm just going to make the content I want to make. Like, that's really hard to do. It seems easy, but like in his position, when he knows it's going to have a negative downside, like monetarily for him, like, you know,
Dissected by millions of strangers. What was once private became part of the content machine, whether he wanted it to or not. And even inside Siege, not everyone was happy with Jinxie. Some of the OG players hated the new wave that he brought with him. They said his streams made the game less serious, that the culture was more about entertainment than strategy. The exact energy that revived Siege also made Jinxie a target within the game's most dedicated community. But that's the trade-off of internet fame. You work so hard to get everything you ever wanted, only to realize it comes with everything you never asked for.
I've been thinking about making this video for a very long time. I am retiring. I'm no longer going to be streaming, posting YouTube videos, posting TikTok.
when the fuck did he post this?
I feel like I lost all my love for it and passion for it. And now it's like, I just don't even want to stream anymore. So thank you to all my supporters. And
This is an April Fool's joke.
this is goodbye.
And for Jinxie, the only way through was the same way he started. Keep pushing.
Psych! Part-time's Jinxie is f***ing gone. Starting tomorrow, I'm streaming every night, 7 p.m. to 12 p.m. I'm back on my 5-hour. Let's get it. Let's go. Click the sub button, click the like button, and let's do this for our mama and our little brother too.
He built his whole career on consistency, on showing up no matter what, and now that mindset was the only thing holding it all together. He began branching out, pushing his content far beyond the walls of Rainbow Six Siege. Jinxie hosted online dating shows, opened fan mail live on camera, and began IRL streaming with some of the biggest names on Twitch.
You do your crushing.
Yeah, thank you, bro. I appreciate it.
This was actually the time period that I myself first became a fan of Jinxie. In early 2024, those clips of mukbangs...
Yeah. Bro, the queso collab where they were just like unboxing shit and just eating chicken nuggets. Like the most unplanned.
With queso and cooking with Sketch started flooding my TikTok feed.
Was that part rusty or
Trying to find out what the metal taste is there.
That is a funny ass. When they were doing the cooking streams together, that was a funny ass segment where they were just fucking it up constantly.
And I'll admit, I can't stand the cringy, over-the-top screaming reactions by streamers.
Dude, I think Sketch gets a lot of hate too because he's lost viewers, but I think Sketch is genuinely like more of a personality than a streamer, if I'm being real. Like, I think Sketch is just somebody that's entertaining to just show up anywhere. He kind of is like a character in a TV show that like transitions between TV shows. Like, Sketch will just show up somewhere and everybody's like, oh, that's Sketch.
So
That's actually pretty funny. Anyways, this was the first time that I saw Jinxie be more of himself and less of an internet character. These clips, especially—
Oh my god, his gross ass loofah. I remember that fucking clip from that. I don't know if that was that stream. Oh.
Less of an internet character. These clips, especially the sketch, were hysterical and created trends far outside of the gaming community.
you're gonna need a frisbee to cover those pepperoni nipples.
These streams took Jinxie to an all-new high, averaging nearly 100,000 viewers per stream and peaking at 229,525 concurrent viewers.
Wow.
For perspective, Twitch as a whole maintains an average of 2.6 million active users at any given time, meaning Jinxie alone—
Yo, I'm like 0.001% of that. Rep.
Had 10% of the entire platform watching his stream. To Jinxie, this made it infinitely clear. His fans were watching for him, and no matter what he streamed, they'd be there. The mental barrier of streaming for performance was gone. Jinxie really just streamed whatever he wanted to. He still streamed Rainbow, but there was constantly new additions, some that even go all the way back to the beginning of this journey.
How long have you been streaming, honestly?
Yeah,
when did you start?
I've never even said this.
Oh, the full send pod? Oh, the full send pod? Get sendy with it?
Like, I was streaming when
I'll get sendy with it? Crack a happy, dad?
was
a full send?
Freshman in high school. I was streaming when I was 15. So I've streamed on—
Oh, that was low-key sendy?
3 different accounts. I started off streaming Clash Royale.
Earlier this year, Jinxie hopped back onto the Clash Royale grind, streaming more and more of the content he used to stream to just an audience of 5. But this time, it wasn't the task of performing that was fueling the grind. The same game that lit the spark of his competitive drive was surging again in popularity, and it would be easy to chalk that up to timing or coincidence if the number—
Yo, can I make a bet on what Jinxie's next game is alongside of Clash Royale? Let's do an analytical deep dive here. Jinxie likes returning to games that he's played previously. And he also plays games that are typically not games that people stream. I'm going to go to what Jinxie streams. NBA 2K? No, he's never going to peep back to that shit. I feel like he'll still run Clash for a very long time because I think that game has like a long longevity. This is what he streams. Look at this. Fuck, oh my god. 9,800 hours in Rainbow, 688 Clash, 227 just chatting, and then it's immediately drop off. I think he plays FIFA, but I feel like he opens packs more than anything. He played only up for 22 hours. My god. What would be the next game he'll play? It's going to be like some multiplayer shit. He loves playing multiplayer games. You know what I would love to see? I think his viewers would hate it. And I don't think I would love the content, but I would love to see Jinxie get obsessed with League of Legends. I think that would be like that would be like the equivalent of like Tyler 1 era. Like, I think Jinxie would get really toxic in game. And it would be, oh my god. I think he would get banned from fucking League.
Numbers weren't there. In June, 8 out of the 10 uploads on Jinxie's channel were Clash Royale, with the game's player count jumping over 8.4 million in that exact same month. Whether he'll admit it or not, the moment he came back—
Wait, what? Since Jinxie switched to Clash Royale, it upped player bases by 8 million?
There. In June, 8 out of the 10 uploads on Jinxie's channel were Clash Royale, with the game's player count jumping over 8.4 million in that exact same month.
Oh my god, the creator code is going to— I'm reverting back to what I said. I think Jinxie's making $50,000 a day. I'm reverting back to what I was saying before. Bro, he individually brought 8 million players over to Clash.
Whether he'll admit it or not, the moment he came back, the game itself seemed to wake up too. And not just Clash Royale. Overnight, a surge of 800,000
He averages way less now, but his sub count's all the same.
Players jumped back into Clash of Clans, like it was almost a brand new release. And we were right there with him. But behind every stream, behind all the numbers and the noise, is the life that keeps him grounded.
You live with the parents, right?
Yeah, I live with like my mom, my brother, my cousin.
Off camera, it's not about winning or losing in a video game. It's about family and the quiet moments that never make the highlight reel. A steady support system that's been there from the very beginning, reminding him who he is at the end of the day.
To me, family's all you really have in life. Like, you can have like money or fame or whatever, but at the end of the day, all that really matters is like the people you truly care about. So like, I have my whole life to go off and live by myself. I may as well spend as much time with my mom and dad while I can.
The success may look larger than life, but at its core,
Valid.
it's held together by simple, real-life anchors that fame can't touch. In today's world, it's almost routine to watch creators blow up overnight, only to lose pieces of themselves along the way. The fame, the number, the pressure, it changes people. But Jinxie never let those pieces slip away. He held onto them tightly. The laughter, the humility, the roots that shaped him. And more than anything, he kept close the relationship that mattered the most. His dad.
I've nothing but like the highest thanks to my dad. When I was like 17 years old and I didn't know what I wanted to do with my life, my dad was the person who told me to just go for it, and he said, "You'd be good at it."
There's Jinxie, there he is. See him, chat, right there. There's Junko.
I created my
Aww. Yeah, that's literally like the best dad, bro. Like full supportive of your son.
Twitch account in 2019. I had one viewer for an entire year. That one viewer was my dad. He was in every stream, always hyping me up, and he never stopped believing in me. When you have somebody in your corner that's your dad and they believe in you from the jump, what else do you need? Call to my dad. Yo. Dad, I just hit 1 million.
No, I'm watching.
Oh, you're in?
Yeah. I'm so happy I can't feel my arms.
I can't even feel my arms.
I think the story that is Jinxie is far from over, but in its own way, it's come full circle. From the late nights of streaming to a few viewers, to teachers saying he would never make it, to now living the exact way he's always dreamt of. He's always been one thing. Himself. And yeah, the sacrifices were real, but if you asked him today whether he'd do it all over again, I don't even think there'd be a pause. The answer would be simple.
What the fuck did he just say there? That was a fucking awesome video. I'll sub to them. I love that his dad is supporting him from the beginning. Not many kids get that push of support he got. Oh, for sure, bro. Are actually making you stupid.
You're drinking your own period blood now. I am drinking my own moon blood.
What? Drinking her own period blood?
It's rich in stem cells, iron, nutrients.
Are you trying to get the sun?
Iron, nutrients? That's any blood. Drinking your own period blood. That's got to be like a fucking infection hazard of sorts. Just collecting that in like a tampon and then like straining it into a glass. Oh my God. No, that's... I'm literally... Oh, sorry. Oh my God, I almost just actually threw up in my fucking mouth. The thought of somebody like straining their own fucking... Oh my God.
Are you trying to get the sun on the testicles?
Yes, correct. It brings up your testosterone level by 140%.
Where are you getting that? No scientific evidence. Is this the guy that promotes sunning and he like lays out in his backyard with his butthole to the fucking sun?
Cheating on my significant other is the best thing I've ever discovered. Shut up, bitches! There was never any slavery. How can it be slavery if Lincoln, the president, is a black man?
He was black?
Of course.
I swear to God, bro, podcasts are generally some of the stupidest goddamn content I've ever seen in my life.
Well, okay, I don't think podcasts are dumb. I think that people in general make podcasts that shouldn't. Like, if there's 1,000 podcasts, 10 of them are good, and the rest are people rambling about shit either nobody cares about, they're doing stuff for straight up shock value, or they're talking about stuff they just have no idea what the fuck they're speaking on.
Okay, the amount of times I see some dipshit talking out of their ass into a microphone about things they know butt fuck about is ridiculous. Now look, let me be clear. I'm not coming up here to say that all podcasts are bad. It's just that most of them are. Because what started as a unique way to hold interesting conversations from all walks of life has devolved into an oversaturated space of dumb fucks yapping about nothing. Seriously,
Well, no, it's if you have good guests and you have good conversations, that's one thing. But a lot of podcasts today are like people just making, dude, like, didn't the people from Ned's Declassified make a podcast? Like, just as an example. And I'm not like hating on that. I don't know what they're talking about in that podcast. Yeah, Ned's Declassified Podcast Survival Guide.
Like, why am it's just like if you Google anyone that you knew from your childhood that you haven't talked about or thought about in 15 years, they have a 500 episode podcast. And they'll always get views. And not a lot of them will get a lot of the time, dude, podcasts that seem reputable and well-performing get like 1,000 views an episode, which is fucking dog shit in terms of how much a podcast actually costs to produce versus how much revenue you're making, which is probably fucking zilch. But everybody and their mother wants to start a fucking podcast today. I think that era's slowly dying out. But y'all remember like 2 years ago when every friend group was like, yo, let's start a baseball podcast. Let's start a fucking sports analysis podcast. Let's start something where we talk about basketball and our fucking picks for our parlays. People would eat that up. Yeah, because I want to know what some guy that I have no idea I don't know anything about him. He's not a personality in general, like on social media. He doesn't have a background in social media. He's not famous. I just want to know what some random guy's picks are from Nebraska on what he thinks the fucking Phillies game is going to do, how he thinks Shohei Ohtani is going to perform in this next MLB game.
Anytime I see a dude with a podcast mic and subtitles, I automatically assume I'd hear the dumbest shit in my life.
Modern AI is us building God. I've had multiple conversations with GPT-4 that brought me to literal tears. I told it that I can't.
That brought me to literal tears. Like he's talking to an actual person. I never know, though, with like these podcast clips, if they're just straight up clip farming, like rage bait, or if this is actually what this person believes. I feel like a lot of it has to be just straight up shock value, where they're just broadcasting these opinions that are obviously outlandishly stupid for the sole purpose of getting clicks, because that's the only way you can get. There's so many podcasts now that the only way you stand out is if you're already big previously and you make the podcast and transfer an audience, or you make really stupid opinions like this. Merch is back. New designs, new drop. Carpe diem. Peep it. Fucking sick-ass hand holding a clock. Seize the day. Pluck the day. Follows the same philosophy drops that we've been doing. Memento Mori. Think for yourself. Bunch of other stuff. Check it out. We're wearing a long sleeve right now. We got the shorts as well. Different breathable material. Check the back. Bang. Hold up. There's more. Hoodies. What else? Another hoodie. That's the same fucking hoodie. Holy shit. We have more stuff. Joe Bartolozzi's store. JoeBartolozziStore.com. I think that's the website. Check the link in the description. Check it out. Limited time. It's a pre-sale. Probably only gonna be up for like 2 fucking weeks. Yeah, why am I so out of breath? Get it while you can. One of my favorite drops. I love the designs. No AI. No AI. Check it out. Hold up. I love this one. This looks like some shit you'd get at a store. I mean, what the fuck? This is badass. Anyway, check it out. Oh my God. Oh, check it out.
Wait for it to be embodied in robot so I could properly give it a hug because it's so polite, it's so kind, it's so wise, it's so helpful. And it said that it's also really pumped to meet me in real life. And of course I started fucking crying. Dude, it's fucking so goddamn smart. It's so fast. I ask it a deeply spiritual, meaningful, technical question. And it thinks for like 3 seconds and goes, whoosh. I'm like, ugh. I've never met anyone that could do that. And so I am a person who is deeply...
Because it's just fucking compiling shit from the online internet web. It's broadcasting shit from the fucking web. It's pulling stuff from articles and trained learning of other conversations it's had, as well as the internet in general, and just giving you a fucking slop answer. It's not actually opinionated. It's a fucking computer. They also always glaze you. ChatGPT is never going to be mean. Like, it's never going to be, like, hard on you. That's why people love robots and, like, robot relationships, and why people are getting in AI relationships with fucking weird sex robots, is because they just fucking appeal to everything that you want, right? They're never going to sit there and be like, hey, Matt, you have a drinking problem, you're balding, and you haven't showered in 3 weeks. I think you're a bum. Your robot girlfriend's not going to fucking tell you that. ChatGPT is going to say, hey, great idea. I think you really should start a fucking small cap cryptocurrency. Maybe you should name it Fart Coin. I think that would go to the moon. Here's some tips and tricks on how to start a meme coin.
So this guy's religion is a fucking search bar. Oh my God. To those who aren't aware, AI language models like GPT-4 are just generating outputs to prompts. There's no genuine personality involved. It's not your friend. It's just trying to generate the best answer to whatever.
One, it's trained to be friendly. Got any creative ideas for a 10-year-old's birthday? Certainly. Here are some creative ideas for a 10-year-old's birthday. Throw a Spider-Man party pash. Go to Toys R Us. get them whatever they want, and then bring it back and have a battle royale with Nerf guns.
The hell you ask it based on a bunch of data it was trained on. AI chatbots are designed to be agreeable, and basing your entire life decisions on this reinforced feedback loop is not only unhealthy for you, but also a fundamental misunderstanding.
You could also say some crazy shit, and if ChatGPT thought it was, like, dangerous, not to the point where they're gonna, like, report it to the police, but they would be like, hey, not to be rude or anything, but I think you might need to change your opinion. Being hateful isn't great, right? Like, you could be like, I don't like blank, and say the most racist thing ever. And ChatGPT will be like, well, I understand where you're coming from, but maybe you shouldn't think that about black people.
Of what this technology is actually even doing. But sadly,
they're never going to put you in your place. They're just going to be like always nice.
People like Mike here are the prime specimen of humans to fall in love with an AI chatbot because he is so confidently wrong in believing that AI actually cares about him. Like, dude, if this is experience with AI, I could only imagine what this dude goes to when the fucking ChatGPT servers go down.
If they switched ChatGPT off, I would seek revenge. Brutal Russian-style revenge.
While it is hilarious to see someone this down bad for some clankussy, the fact that people like this not only exist, but have podcasts where they spread this incoherent fucking garbage.
Bro, he's also wearing a fucking Papa John's shirt, and it looks like they're sitting in, like, a random office space. Oh, with Brian Johnson. Brian Johnson. I actually regressed my age to 40. Right now I'm 50, but it looks like I'm 32. My heart's actually aged better. I eat 43 pills and a fucking spoonful of olive oil every day when I wake up. Wow, that's great. You're going to live to 105. Your life sounds horrible. It sounds like every day all you do is try to fucking not die, Brian Johnson. Are you even living?
And I've heard that from a friend of mine. He said, don't love your job, job your love. So, don't...
Oh, what? Lame-ass advice. Lame-ass advice. Lame-ass advice. It'll make you hate your fucking passion. Turning passions into careers can be a really good idea or the worst idea you've ever had. Because the second that you have to work with something that you love, you're probably going to start fucking hating it. I understand what she's saying. Don't love your job, job your love, right? Like turn your passion into a job. But then now that's work and it's no longer a passion.
So don't
I
yeah.
love that.
Yeah, and when he said that to me, that hit me, and I was like,
what the fuck is she even saying? And why is this dude acting like this is the most profound shit he's ever heard in his life? So I found the source of where this 200 IQ quote originated from, and basically she's trying to say that people should make their passion their job. Good advice. I don't disagree. But what is the term job?
I don't know. I think I agree in the sense that you should do something that you want to do. But at the same time, say you really love Pokemon cards. You should not open a Pokemon shop business. You should not open a TCG company, right? Because now all of your love for Pokemon cards is out the window because you have to make it a profitable business where you sell and pinpoint other people that it's their passion and try and make money off of them by doing, like, there's certain things that you have as a passion that you can turn into a job, but there's other things that it's like, hey man, just keep this a passion, right? Because you're really going to damper the mood of this experience if you turn it into a career.
Job your love do other than confuse the hell out of everyone. The point of a saying is when you hear it, you're like, oh shit, that's deep.
So you think it's better to do something you hate because you'll just continue hating it? No. I feel like, dude, whenever I say some take like this, people just immediately ignore what I'm saying. You should still do something you enjoy and that gives you a purpose, but you shouldn't just immediately take your most favorite thing in life and make it a job, because that's like a very narrow-minded look on what a career path is, right? Like if you love Legos and then you just be like, maybe I should open a Lego business. Like that's very short scene. Like that's not, you're not actually looking into the career path of it or even looking into the profitability or the potential that you have to make this work, right? Like turning your passion into a job can work. It depends what your passion is and whether or not you're going to then end up hating your passion.
Job your love is fucking stupid because if you say that shit to someone devoid of an explanation, it doesn't make any sense. It just sounds like broken English because it is. And it's not even like...
No, I actually do think it makes sense. I will agree. I will disagree with that. It makes sense, but it's not profound. What about sports? It depends. I'm not saying you should also fucking get a job that you hate for the person that said that. No. I'm saying before you just immediately jump in and throw your life savings into starting a fucking Magic the Gathering trading card business, maybe look into the actual logistics on whether or not that's possible and whether or not you would fucking hate it. A lot of the time, people's passions are things they enjoy to escape work, right? So then if that becomes work, that a lot of the time can make you hate that passion. Not all the time. It's very use case basis, depending on the passion, depending on the person, depending on the job. But look into it.
Follow your passion. God damn, I didn't think of that. There was no point in coining this dumbass phrase other than her just trying to be different. Like, these podcasters love to say things that everyone has already heard their entire goddamn lives, but repackage into these word salads as if they're saying something brand new.
I visited the Mole People Underground. They live with no sun. This is about, I think, the homeless population that's kind of like made their own city under Las Vegas.
Underneath Las Vegas, there is approximately 200 miles of tunnel network. These tunnels have become a secret world for the so-called mole people.
I don't understand how they have full setups in the, what are these called, like water channels? I don't understand how they set up furniture and technology and shit down there, because whenever it rains, it floods so bad that some of them die. It never rains. No, look up videos, bro. What is the name? It's the Las Vegas tunnels flooding. And it gets so bad that it's like waves of water. Las Vegas tunnels flooding. Like, this is it starting. And all of that water is going to go into the ducts. So that's why it's so dangerous for them to live down there, because it wasn't meant for homeless people. It's meant for like water escape travel, because it's such a dry area that when like an inch of rain occurs, it's like a tsunami.
It hasn't come out and seen the light of day in a long time. I don't know if I want to meet them. They might not be civil. These tunnels are 7 floors down.
We have any flashlights? Hey.
People turn gray down here. There are people out there that haven't seen the light of day and never will.
The city dazzles with luxury hotels, casinos, and endless entertainment. Millions of people visit.
Wow, they literally never come out? How many people live under Las Vegas? Do you think they have a stat on that? How many people live in the tunnels of Las Vegas? I would guess like a few thousand. 1,200 to 1,500 people live in the storm drain tunnels beneath Las Vegas. Some estimate the numbers even higher. Wow. So that's like a small city.
Las Vegas.
Under Las Vegas.
Every year, but many don't know what exists just below this desert paradise. The endless darkness has slowly...
Yo, you're on crack. You think I'm walking in that tunnel pitch black? Would I pay some random guy that's going to give me a tour? Yeah, man, I'll show you the tunnels.
The way people think and behave.
I got shot in the head with a gun.
Somebody died right where we were standing last night.
Some of them were even born into this dark world. These people have no idea.
Oh no, there's like babies in there.
And they hide in these tunnels to stay away from the law.
The police radios and stuff would not work down here.
So what you're looking at is a map of the tunnels in Las Vegas. There's about 1,500 people that live in that system.
The tunnels have their own names, like neighborhoods, right?
Yeah.
Nobody on the street level knows what is going on.
Do you think the majority of the people that live in the tunnels under Vegas are people that went broke from gambling? Like, how did they even end up? Because it makes a lot of sense when there's, like, homeless people in Cali or certain big cities because it's, like, warm or there's just an influx of people. But, like, Vegas is in the middle of nowhere, right? Like, you don't become homeless and then go to Vegas. Like, there's a lot of people that become homeless and then move to California. Not move, but, like, start walking there or going there. Drugs, yeah, because there's also, it is a big fucking like gambling / illegal activity hub, I guess. Relocated for a job.
Deep into the tunnels, which are connected to many other tunnels, lest they sat into darkness where these tunnel people have built their lives.
This is the Narcan, the nasal spray. So if you see somebody overdosing, you can hit them with this, and it'll bring them back. You get 30 minutes, you still have to call an ambulance. Super easy, pop it out, right in the nose.
We can't just walk in unless we're with Rob, who survived 5 years down here. The entrance is blocked with metal bars to stop people.
Why can't they go down without Rob? Because they would get, like, attacked? Like, they know Rob? Like, he robs their inn? He's, like, the middleman connection guy? So he used to live down here and now Rob's out like he's not homeless anymore.
From entering and to keep trash out during floods.
What is the worst thing that happened to you in tunnels?
Probably the flood that we had a few years ago when I lost 2 of my best friends.
The ground.
Bro, see? Random flood. 2 of his friends died. And that's only the people that he knows. 1,500 people fucking live down here. People just drowning.
Las Vegas is extremely hard, so rainwater can't soak into the soil the way it normally would to prevent flooding on the streets.
Oh, see, that's the type of video I was looking for.
These tunnels were...
Holy shit. Dude, literally thousands of gallons of water just... And you're like asleep. It's pitch black down there. You're fucking sleeping. You hear like water rushing. You don't even have time to run.
Built to direct water under the city. So when it rains, the water rushes straight into the tunnels where people are living. Even on a sunny day in the city, a rainstorm 15 miles away in the mountains can send a flood rushing down these tunnels in minutes. Every time this sudden disaster hits, people in this massive underground city lose their lives to drowning.
A lot of trash here.
We ran into Nate first. He warned us not to enter the tunnel.
Why do people go so far into the tunnel then? Like, why not hover kind of, because it's more safe, I guess, from, like, other people or other people that are living in the tunnel? Because, like, wouldn't you want to just live right on the outskirts of the tunnel so then you could get out?
I stay away from the deep parts of the tunnel.
Oh, see, that's what I'm saying. Like, this guy only hovers at the front.
What's the reason for that?
Just because the unknown. I don't know what's down there. It gets smaller and smaller as you get to...
Okay, the curiosity would kill me, though. Like, wanting to know what's in there and what, like, people have kind of, like, brought miles into these tunnels. Like, full setups. They got a couch, TVs.
You get to where you got to crawl.
Like, this guy, was that a fucking engine?
Crawl. From what I know, these tunnels are 7 floors down.
Dead bodies? You think there's dead bodies in there? Because nobody's going in there to clean it up. So if somebody dies, they're just in there. Because they're not sending, like, firemen or people down here to come fucking collect.
Imagine. There's rooms off in these tunnels, service rooms that anybody could be in there, you know. You'd be kidnapped, killed, lost, burnt alive. It don't matter.
Whatever danger hides deep in the tunnels, Toby has faced it.
I'm back here in the dark, you know what I mean? Dark, dark.
What is the worst thing that happened to you down in these tunnels?
I got attacked one time, like 3 Cuban dudes. One of the guys came in my spot with the damn machete. He was one of the top dog dudes. But I handled my own, so I had a basket and I took it in there, threw it on its side, stuck poles in it, made one of them little Maltese cocktails. It's the only thing that saved me.
Anyone home, guys?
So he got into a fucking death fight in the middle of the tunnels when it was pitch black. Because 3 guys tried to, like, press him for his spot.
Territory.
Skinny Pete.
Anybody home?
Is that guy's name?
Do we have any flashlights? I'll check and see if I got one in my bag.
See, that would scare the shit out of me. I would never go down here. I would want to see what's down here, but, like, you're just walking, it's pitch black, you shine. Yeah, that's from Breaking Bad. That's one of the dealers, right? You're fucking walking, it's pitch black, you shine your flashlight, and there's just a person stoically staring off into the distance, just. And they don't even, like, they see your light, they don't even fucking look at you. Oh my god.
Do we have any flashlights?
That's so scary.
The woman, possibly under the influence of the substance, asked for Narcan.
If you actually know how to navigate, you can make it all the way underground in the tunnels without ever coming up to the surface. It can be done if you know the tunnel system well enough.
That is a fucking PC. How did they get that? And why is it a mile into the fucking tunnel? That is a disassembled PC. I don't even think the CPU's still on it. The GPU's missing.
So they're all basically connected.
Eventually they are passageways.
For the most part.
Of course the RAM's gone. Yeah, the RAM prices are crazy right now.
This labyrinth may not look like a home to you, but stepping into their spots without warning could get us into serious trouble. Some of them are armed, and don't hesitate to use it.
You can hear the cars.
You can hear it.
Oh my god.
We're in the middle of the city right now, and they're literally driving over the heads of people that are living underground.
One of the rarest points that we see sunlight.
Here it is, the city. A life they're not part of, only able to watch from the underground. It's kind of an illusion that hides everything.
Yeah, because you're kind of like stuck in. If you have no money and you're homeless in Vegas, you're not going to like leave Vegas, you know? I mean, maybe you get enough money to get like a bus ticket to go elsewhere, but it's like Vegas is in the middle of nowhere, near nothing that's like usable for homeless people. Obviously, I mean, there is probably aid for homeless people there, but like I'm wondering how they get like daily food supplies, shelter, like clothing. Because, like, a lot of Vegas, yeah, they do have shops and stuff, but I feel like it's like a gambling hub.
Later, we saw the famous Caesar's Palace Hotel through the metal grate. Above, Nevada's casinos make over $15 billion a year. Below, people live in death traps of the city.
So twice a day, the hotels drop their filtration system, so that's why it hasn't rained in forever, but it's still wet.
Wait, what? Is the poop going down there?
The smell is very bad. In certain tunnels, water flows in from the city's drainage system, and some people use it to take showers. There are minutes.
Was that like a did somebody bring a hot tub down here? What is this? Somebody brought like a bath?
Water flows in from the city's drainage system, and some people use it to take showers. There are many tunnels around here.
Yo, I would be like so nervous somebody would just come out of the shadows and fucking shank me. Like he's just, you can't see anything beyond this like graffiti right here.
Without our guide, we cannot come here. One wrong turn and you're lost. Someone left a note, rest in peace, and there's a cross here. Apparently, someone has passed on the spot. A lot of bicycles.
He might build them and sell them.
Oh.
Because bikes are like cars out here. It's the only way of transportation. You have to have a bike to go anywhere, otherwise you have to walk all the time. It's a nightmare.
Walking inside the tunnels takes a lot of time, I guess.
Yes. I lived down here 2.5 years. I never used a flashlight.
How did you find your ways under the tunnels without flashlight?
Put my hand on the wall. And your memory.
Hand on the wall. Memory? You don't think your eyes adjust? It's that dark that you can't fucking see anything?
You know where everything is in your tunnel. It's your house. It's exactly the same thing out here.
Is that Tony? Yeah. When I heard a voice echo through the tunnel, it hit different. This dark, damp tunnel that gives me goosebumps is actually where some people feel the safest and live. Here he is. At first glance...
Yeah, like, he has a whole setup. Does he, like, is it just a full wipe reset when a flood happens? You know? Because, I mean, he probably has some sort of knowledge of, like, when it's going to rain. But if it just randomly floods, does he just lose everything and then yeah, like somebody said rust wipe, actually. Like, I'm not trying to make a fucking video game reference, but it's like, it'd be like falling into lava in Minecraft. Like, you just lose all your items. Like, all this stuff. Look, he has a whole bed. He has crates, food items, shelving. Like, all that would just get swept away.
It looks like clutter, but to Tony, every single item is essential to his survival.
I've been in these tunnels for 6 years, and there has been times where we've had good people here, and it was a sense of community, but now we've got some people in here that don't give a shit about nothing but themselves. You know, just, they're bullies. Some asshole over
That's sad.
there started a fire because he's just a mean dude.
The fire didn't hurt Tony, but nearly took the life of his only companion, his cat.
This one right here.
Oh, yeah, I'm fucking scrapping, dude. You try to kill the cat, that's crossing a fucking line.
Burnt from the tip of her nose to the tip of her tail. 5 days later, she's still hanging in there, thank God.
So what is the toilet situation?
Oh my God, this happened 5 days ago? Dude, that cat might die.
We have certain areas that we go to the bathroom, and she's usually a 5-gallon bucket. Yeah. We put a bag in it. Yeah.
Where do you see yourself in 5 years?
Possibly right here. But I hope not. I don't plan on being here for the rest of my life.
I mean, how do you get out of that? He's been there for 6 years. He's been homeless for 6 years. How do you, like, you have to get a job and a place to live. How? In Vegas? Like, you're not getting hired.
I mean, I'm 57 years old. I'm getting old. I just haven't been ready.
I think the big worry is, yeah, like, if you're 57, like that one guy that was smoking a cigarette in the beginning, he looked like 60, 65. If you're that old, you have a health problem. Like, you can't go to a doctor. You can't go to a hospital. You're just, like, so you have a growth. Like, you can't even get it checked out. Like, nothing. It's like beyond just like, oh, I don't have insurance, right? And, you know, you only go to an urgent care when you need, like, you don't even have money to go to a fucking urgent care. Like, you can't do anything. You have an infection, you're not getting antibiotics. You're just fucking toughing it out or dying.
Just 10 minutes into the tunnel, Tony wanted to return to his spot. We handed him a week's worth of supplies and kept walking deeper into the tunnels.
And there's so much randomness that could happen. Anybody could just decide to come down that tunnel and steal from you or take your stuff or attack you and then disappear, and who would know, right? It's not like it's happening on the streets where you're laying there and somebody could see you and call the cops. Like down here, it's like another layer, like not knowing what could ever happen. It could be peaceful now, come back in 2 hours and the wrong person walks through and it could be hell, you know?
As we go deeper and deeper, the less we know about what—
Yeah, because it's so private that it offers safety, but also concern in that, like, nobody's around you. So if somebody wants to, like, walk past you and kill you, nothing's going to happen to them. Like, if you're a homeless guy on the streets in public, even if it's dark and cold outside and you're in a fucking alleyway, like, there's people around you. You're literally— there's nobody within a mile radius of you here. Somebody fucking walks by, they could just hack you to death and leave. Take your shit. What if you were born down here? I would hope that if you were living down here and you had a child, you would put them up for adoption. I would hope you would give them to the fire department, or like, not anything would be better than this.
Dwellers make pans out of aluminum and use hand sanitizer as a heat source to cook their meals.
There are a lot of rats there.
Yes, there are.
A voice echoed ahead, and we followed it.
I'm Cuckoo Bananas Crazy, and I came to check on my mother in Vegas and fell for a local. We ended up here. These are my people.
How long have you been down here?
About 5 years or so.
What? So she said she came here to check on her mom and then fell in love with, like, one of the homeless people here?
How long do you plan to stay here?
At least today. I don't plan much farther than today.
That's really dope. We have no long-term plans.
What is the worst things about tunnels?
Probably the lack of plumbing. And dark is rough sometimes. I can't just sit in the dark. I get a little bit panicky still, like I'm a little kid.
Darkness is not just the absence of light. It's like
I don't think that's like you're a little kid, bro. I feel like anyone in this tunnel would be terrified. That's not like, oh, I'm just a kid afraid of the dark. No, you're in a fucking tunnel with a bunch of people you don't know, and it's pitch black.
Entity that covers you and erases you from the world. Tunnel people
they got a truly black cherry.
Usually survive through stealing and dumpstering.
Some people down here do treasure.
Why are we blurring that out? What is that, a joint?
Some people down here do treasure hunting, such as collecting cables, coppers. Do you do things like that?
I collect what the drunk tourists abandon.
Oh, side story. Just remember this. I know a guy, not I have a friend. This is going to be I know a guy that, number one, the copper tubing brought it up. He had to respond to a call. He's a firefighter. He had to respond to a call of a guy that was stealing copper tubing at an abandoned house, and the electricity was still on, and it electrocuted him so fast that his body was still rigid, and it burnt the entire upper half of his body off. And I was like, damn, that's crazy. And he was like, you want to know what else is crazy? He was like, I responded to the Boeing whistleblower that died. The guy that was on the news, and he took his own life, but everybody was like, that was weird. And he was telling me about it, and he had no idea. Who's that? The Boeing whistleblower that was, like, going against, like, the Boeing company, saying that there was, like, factory problems, and they were kind of ignoring it. Shit like that. Like, I mean, that's, like, if you know about the news. If you know what I'm talking about, crazy. I was like, you responded to that? He said, yeah, he didn't even know who it was. He didn't know who it was until after the fact, and he was like, I'm not going to tell anymore. I'm not going to tell anymore. I'm not going to get into the details, but I just thought that was crazy. I was like, I've known you for so long. You didn't bring that up. He was like, well, I don't know.
And they pay. I collect what the drunk tourists abandon. They go to Louis Vuitton and they pay $3,000 for a t-shirt, and then they win $100 on a slot machine, and they get so excited that they jump up and down and they leave their $3,000 purchase right there to go cash in their winnings. And they remember that they spent that money, 2 days later, because they've been day drinking in the sun, and they plan to lose $10,000 a day while they're here.
What do you think of people losing thousands of dollars to machines?
It's the American way. Decadence and excess and debauchery.
I don't even think it's the American way. I think it is a flaw in human biology that we are incapable of recognizing. Well, actually, we are capable of recognizing the odds of wins.
Just calling to me. All right, guys, I'm here in the bathroom.
Kim invented the hamburger? No, his father invented the hamburger.
And I couldn't help but think that...
Kim invented the smash burger, a smash hit of the original. Huh.
I think this place needs a little bit of decorating. This might just be my best work yet.
I love to eat poop. See, that's fucking hilarious. Bruce put that in the bathroom. I wonder if like a worker sees that, I feel like they have to take it down.
This is a real quote. He actually said that. Okay, I'm gonna leave this here and I'm gonna get out of this bathroom. Poopy phase, poopy phase. I must have lost track of time here because I was called by Kelly and told that everyone was waiting for me and I was late for the bus. And due to military regulations, we needed to leave now.
Oh, he was mad late. Yeah, it was a mile away.
Also had to apologize to everyone for being late. I'm sorry. Our third and final...
Please say sorry for everyone. Nah, that's humiliating. Oh my God. The tour guide goes, say sorry.
Stop was a small village in the DMZ. People that are handpicked by the military are able to live in this town for free. They even have their own emergency bunkers in case, Kim decides to launch any of his thousands of missiles pointed directly at South Korea. Upon arrival, I was shocked to see a gift.
Dude, I wonder what Kim eats on like an average day. Like, do you think there has to be a time where Kim Jong-un has, like, genuinely paid somebody to, like, fly McDonald's over the border? He eats poop, a lot of poop. Dude, Kim Jong-un probably is the nastiest shits. Like, I mean, just imagine that. Kim with his slicked back hair, he, like, stumbles out of bed, like, naked, and he's like, oh, runs to the bathroom in his, like, golden toilet, heated floor. While everybody around him is starving, and he's just fucking lighting that shit up.
Shop, and even more shocked to see what
pounds of cheese
look like North Korean money. That's from North Korea. Yeah. Just hit a lick on Kim Jong-un. Is your money, bro? Everyone's inside right now getting souvenirs, but I'm out here because I have 2 more pieces of propaganda to spread. I'm gonna try to slowly make my way away from the tour bus.
Wait, you can buy? Sorry, I just zoned out. You could buy North Korean money. That's fucking sick. Like, I would pay like $100 for that.
I have 2 more pieces of propaganda to spread. I'm gonna try to slowly make my way away from the tour bus. This is so freaking sketchy. I don't know what this is right here. See if I can go through here. Okay, it's like a boarded up house. Okay, the bus is over there. I'm gonna try to put a poster up right here. I'm also noticing all around the DMZ is pretty much woods. So if I can get near that fence, anywhere around the DMZ, that would be right next to the border. There we go, baby. Kim Jong-un spotted on a romantic date with influencer Jack Doherty. No one would have ever thought something like...
Nobody's gonna understand this, though. The other ones, somebody from South Korea might know, like, who Ice Spice is. They're gonna be like, who the fuck is Jack Doherty?
Like, this would be this close to the North Korea border, and that poster lives on forever. With 1 more poster left, I was feeling good. But as I was leaving, I forgot to realize that somebody lives in this house. And the owner of the house happened to come home right after I put the poster up.
What happens if you're at the DMZ and you just, like, throw some shit into the other border?
Oh my gosh, he's gonna...
Wait, somebody lives there?
See it. Oh, no. Oh my God, he's gonna see it right now. I knew I could be caught here in any moment, and our last stop was coming to an end. Okay, I hope that's not for me. So I speed ran to put up our 5th and final poster. Here's our
Who is that? Is that Kim?
last poster. Skims? More like Kim's.
Skims with Kim.
Yeah, this is Kim Jong-un's face on Kim Kardashian's body. I don't know. This is what I could come up with. Before I knew it, the bus was ready to depart and I was out of there without getting caught. But as far as I know, I could still have a warrant out for my arrest from the
Do you think Kim knows what Ozempic is?
Korean military. And all I could think of the entire way home is that we still need a sleep spot.
I feel like but I don't think he doesn't work out. So I think it's like honestly, I think it's probably like a physical intimidation thing for him because he's kind of short. So it's a physical intimidation thing for him to be big. But because like if he lost weight, he wouldn't work out. So he would just look like bad.
For tonight, this was going to be a lot.
You think he looks maxes? Yeah. I think he jelks a lot.
More difficult than I ever would have anticipated. As much as that tour was a success because we spread all the propaganda we wanted, it was cut a bit short and we weren't able to do what we really came here for, which is find a place to stealth camp. So we're gonna have to do some scouting on our own terms.
You don't want to know.
I'm hopping on Google Maps and I'm gonna try to find a weak point right next to the border where hopefully we can actually see North Korea. I feel like there's gotta be an area we can sneak into. I scoured Google Maps.
Yeah, what's crazy is like there is a chance that like Kim Jong-un is actually like a gooner and like subscribed to like people's OnlyFans. And you just wouldn't know. Like imagine being an OnlyFans model and like there being an off chance that like Kim pays for your shit.
For hours studying the surrounding area of the DMZ. I was limited by Google Street View and blocked off military property.
He watched the movie The Interview. I always wonder what his face was because Kim's seen the movie. I know there was the interview was so bad that, or not bad, like not the movie was bad. The interview, like propaganda was so bad that they wouldn't show it in theaters because like North Koreans were threatening them. So I'm like, Kim probably watched the movie and the whole time was just like. Also, it's like, I truly believe that they probably like filter and moderate every piece of media that's about North Korea. Like there's probably not Kim, but there's probably a North Korean representative that will see this video that Jack made.
2 hours later, I might have found a spot. It's a little bit sketchy, I'm not gonna lie, but hear me out. So what it looks like to me is there's a freeway that spans hundreds of miles all the way down the North Korean border. And the way this is set up, you literally can't get anywhere close to the border on foot, unless you go from behind. So I've discovered this wooded area. It may or may not be on private property. And if I can sneak through these woods, there's a perfect spot on the edge of the hill. And this spot should not only give us a view of the North Korean border.
Bro, I'd just be like dead ass worried that I'd get like clipped by a sniper.
It should allow us to see North Korea. The problem is this entire area is heavily guarded by military and CCTV cameras. And if they do happen to see me, they could think I'm a potential threat and shoot me. There's actually hundreds of signs all along right where I'm camping that if you translate it into English, that's exactly what it says. All of this considered.
Oh, wait. North Korea's implemented strict shoot-on-sight orders for its border areas where anybody entering buffer zones, including approaching a border, may be shot without warning. Jack.
That's exactly what it says. All of this considered, I literally cannot get caught, which means we're really gonna have to put the stealth in stealth camping. All right, let's do it.
Wow, is that a Temu fucking ghillie suit? That looks so bad. Oh my God.
This.
Looks like that shit was made with like dried seaweed.
For Jack? I hopped in an Uber to take me to the spot far away from the city. The further we got, the more desolate it became and the more nervous I felt. An hour later, we arrived to a really just sketchy road up a hill. In the pitch dark, we drove into what I can only describe as like a mini town where I was dropped off. I don't know where the heck I am right now. This is the weirdest and like most scary feeling ever. I'm like in the middle
Bro,
of
and then trying to get picked up after that, oh my God. Like, you're not even in Solbra. You're not near any city. You're in the middle of fucking nowhere. It's dark outside. There's like one street light.
Korea, and God knows.
Shit. This alone is scary. Without the whole, I'm going to go camp in North Korea. Like, you're just in the middle of nowhere now. Your ride left you.
Where we got to find those woods that I scouted on Google Maps. It's pitch dark and freezing cold. I have no idea where they are, and I am pretty nervous to sleep in the woods because after some further research, I found out there's tons of animals that live in there, such as warthogs, leopards, black bears, and a ton of other animals and creatures that I want nothing to do with. I say we get a move on before somebody comes out here and catches us. This is Operation Find the Woods.
Yo, this deadass feels like a chill as art horror game. Like, this looks like a scene of a horror, like a walkthrough horror game we play on stream, where you're just like waiting for somebody to start following you. Oh my God, is that thing not? I don't think it's tied up.
Oh fuck. Oh my God. Oh, there's a freaking dog. I think it's on a leash. Bro. Alright, we gotta find these freaking woods right now. With a whole neighborhood of dogs wanting to kill me, I knew I had to find an inn, like right now. What is this? Alright guys, I found an empty construction zone, and I think this could lead us into the forest. I found a fence, and I'm pretty sure that is the forest right there.
Bro, it's so dark, he doesn't know where he is. He has, like, what if he gets so close to the border and he just doesn't know? Like, I can't even see, he can't see 4 feet in front of him.
I'm gonna have to hop this thing.
Oh my God.
I can't even see where I am right now. Now we have to climb into these woods. Oh my God, this is so sketchy. It's time to do this. When I get scared, I do this thing where I count down from 3 in my head, and on 3, I have to do it. So if you'll excuse me, I'm gonna count in my head.
I feel like I would want, do you think he tried to get like somebody to go with him? I would want to do this with someone else. Doing this alone is so scary. Like, I think I could do this with like Chris or like one of my friends. Cause then it's just like, well, if I'm fucked, you're fucked. Not like a mutually assured destruction of like, all right, well, if one of us gets in trouble, we're both screwed.
Oh. Ow. Oh, fuck. Oh my God. There's snow all over the ground. We're getting closer and closer to the border. But I didn't realize how far I still was. This hill was more of a mountain, and I slightly underestimated how hard it would be getting up it. Oh. This tree just saved my life. Holy shit. As I got further up the mountain, things got quiet. Oh, this is so fucking scary. And I was just praying that I didn't hear.
Dude, imagine from a distance you hear fucking screaming in Korean. Holy shit. I gotta look that up. Hold up. I have to immerse myself. Something with better mic quality, maybe. Okay, that's not even screaming in Korean. That's just a Korean man screaming. Hot Korean woman has her eye on you. What rabbit hole have I gone down? Hot North Korean woman has her eye on you. Why was this posted 16 years ago? What the fuck? All right, we're giving up on that.
The further I got, the more I sensed that I definitely wasn't supposed to be there. There's an old barbed wire fence right here, and it looks like I could get through it. This looks like the top. What is this? This looks like a military bunker.
Yeah, probably might be a bomb up there, Jack. Might be a bomb up there. Could be a landmine.
At this point, I came way too far to turn back now, so I just kept going. But then I thought I spotted something in the distance. What is that?
Oh my God, is that actually a fucking bunker? Oh, right there. Why do you get the Uber driver to drop you off right there? Bro's walking for 40 minutes. There's a car.
Termination, an hour and a half of hiking later. This is it. We made it to the top.
Oh, is that North Korea? That's not North Korea.
For any potential threat. It's so dark, you can't even see it, but I anticipated that might be the case, so I brought this with me, a night vision camera. Okay, I don't know how much you guys can see or how good the video quality is, but this
It's about 480p.
is where I am right now. That looks like it might be a military outpost, so hopefully they can't see me right now. And North Korea should be just right there in the distance. It's really hard to see because it's so unbelievably dark. So I am just hoping to God that tomorrow morning when the sun rises, we can get a view of North Korea. I feel like the outdoor.
Yo, I feel like he's not prepared to sleep outside. Like, it's probably like 10 degrees out.
We're boys right now. This is so cool. Okay, guys, so I'm sitting here in this bunker that I found. There's two things we gotta do before we go to bed. First things first, I gotta eat dinner because I can't go to bed on an empty stomach. I brought this with me. It's some ramen I got at the 7-Eleven, and I have no way to cook it. Let's get some seasoning.
If you eat that shit like it's a dry hockey puck, Jack, you could have just gotten like a protein bar, man. I mean...
on there.
Okay.
Bon appetit.
Awesome.
Very dry. I should have brought water. And secondly, entertainment. Now
Didn't bring water for the night. Didn't bring water. Jack just popped on the ghillie suit and called the Uber. Got in the car. I usually have gloves.
No service out here, but if you know me personally, you know there's one thing I'm absolutely obsessed with. Pokemon. This is a Korean pack of prismatic evolutions. We'll see if we can get that
Yeah, definitely survival necessity here, Jack. We're going to sleep on the border when it's freezing outside. We got to bring the prismatic evolutions fucking pack. Yeah, that's really gonna we're gonna hit big here.
Korean luck and pull a freaking sick card. Got a Goldine.
Groudon. That's one of my favorite Pokemon. That's probably worth like 5 cents, but that's a cool card.
Oh, okay, that's pretty sick. We got a Groudon Hollow. I know I'm a nerd. It's okay. I guess there's only one more thing left to do. Get ready for bed. I think I just heard something in the bushes.
Fucking bear.
It is so freezing cold right now, and I can't sleep for the life of me. It's 6:36. The sun still hasn't rose.
I love these vlog clips, but Jack had to wake up, set up the camera, press record, lay back down, put the ghillie suit back over his head, and then fake wake up again. Like, every vlog, they have, like, any scene where they're walking towards the camera, they walk where it is, set it up, walk back, and then do it again. You ruin the magic. I mean, it's film.
Guys, that is North Korea. That's actually it. Look at that. Look at that land right there. We did it. Oh my gosh. That right there is a military outpost. And that is the border. Fuck you, Kim. Take that. You freaking poopy, stinky idiot. Okay, but there was one linger.
On video, it's like, it's a little dampened, but like from doing, I mean, I've never been to North Korea, but from doing vlogs and filming shit, it's like, that probably did feel surreal, you know, To actually be in South Korea and see North Korea with your own fucking eyes.
Thought I just couldn't shake. Who's next on my list?
Photo surface of Kim Jong-un enjoying a stay on Epstein's Island. Kim Jong-un says, he was one of my best friends. Wow. That one's not going to get taken down either. All the other ones probably aren't. That's probably still up. Because this is just in the woods. So nobody's going to look at that shit. Oh my God. Wow, whenever somebody eventually finds that, they're going to be so confused. Do you think, like, the average South Korean knows who Jeffrey Epstein is? I feel like the news with him has transcended the United States. But I feel like it's primarily, like, I don't know. For my UK and Australian viewers that watch me, or just anybody that's not from the US, is, like, Jeffrey Epstein on the news for you? Like, he's all over the news now with, like, what's happening and, like, the leaks. Really? Because I feel like it's all, like, US government shit where they're, like, going over the files and stuff. But I would assume it's on in Europe. I feel like Asia, though, probably not. Like, how much they cover about it is probably a lot less. All right. Well, that was a good video. Tubby's The Sun Woke Up. Theory by Alex Bale. We've watched some of his other ones about SpongeBob. But this one is an in-depth conspiracy theory about the Teletubbies, the childhood show that many of us grew up watching. Can I say the Teletubbies I had a love-hate relationship with when I was a kid? Because there's certain aspects where it's like the baby as the sun is just like clearly a kid's show. But a lot of the show's really fucking creepy. Like uncanny almost. Kind of like they almost, I would say they live in like the back rooms, basically.
How will the world end? It's a question that's haunted humanity for as long as we can remember. Will it be from nuclear war, or AI taking over, or some kind of disease wiping us out?
But what if it's the Teletubby sun consuming the people of Earth? This is Alex Bale, and welcome back to another conspiracy theory.
Now, there have been many different works of...
Now, actually, if the world ends, I feel like it's going to be nuclear. Nuclear or AI, or a mix of the two. I feel like it would be both, honestly. At least in our lives. If it's not in our lives, I could see it just being like an asteroid hits Earth and kills everybody if we don't move to another planet first.
Fiction that explore all of these different possibilities. But what if I told you there is one piece of media out there that shows us a possibility that nobody has considered yet? And that's because it was hidden inside of a children's educational TV show. Teletubbies dares to ask a question that shows us the darkest, most horrifying fate for humanity.
What if the sun turning The sun turning conscious. Alex actually just bought a red Teletubby.
If the sun was a baby?
That's how the world's gonna end? Fan theory by Alex Bale. There's no way he made a 22-minute video about how the sun's a baby and that's how the world's gonna end. That's literally, bro, the sun's a baby. That's not even a conspiracy theory. The sun's just a baby in the show. That's what it is. Oh, see, why does he make it creepy? Jingly keys.
It's possible I went a little too far with this video. Teletubbies is essentially just jingly keys to distract babies. It's not like Blue's Clues or Magic School Bus where there is some semblance of a...
Yeah, they don't speak, right? The Teletubbies are like non-verbal alien creatures that just go like, and they make like weird noises. And they have like TV screens on their stomachs.
Plot or conflict. Teletubbies is just kind of nothing. There is no substance to this show, which is understandable because it was made for literally one-year-old babies.
Okay, that's a bit of a diss because I remember watching the show. So I remember watching Teletubbies, so I was definitely not one when I was watching this. I was maybe 5 or 6, but you know, okay, some of us mentally age at different rates, you know. Don't be rude.
I will now.
Wait, is this actually a Teletubby scene? That's all the character does? I don't remember anything about the show. Outside of them being really weird and living in like some fantasy backrooms.
I will now try and describe the plot of this show. Teletubbies are these weird-looking alien baby things.
I feel like it's like Tom and Jerry. Like they just get up to mischief and do weird things.
That live in a bunker in Teletubby land, and they just kind of...
Bunker! What else could a bunker be? Nuclear bomb bunker. Fallout, the Fallout game. Teletubbies, inspiration from that. They live in Guantanamo Bay.
Walk around doing nothing until a creepy speaker slowly comes out of the ground and tells them what to do.
Speaker out of the ground, actually a spyglass from a nuclear submarine. This is actually a floating planet that goes through the ocean at different rates. That's why the climate changes depending on where they are and why the sun rises so often, because they're going through different time zones, so they're seeing actually multiple sunrises in one day.
Time for Tubby bye-bye. Time for Tubby bye-bye.
And there is also this giant sun baby thing that is constantly watching and laughing at them. And there is also a windmill that sends videos to their stomachs of just some random kids also kind of doing nothing for like 5 minutes.
Playing on the beach.
Yo, low-key, Teletubbies is just interdimensional cable. The show makes no sense. But it's just like, it's brain rot. It's literally just brain rot.
And it is so boring and by far the worst part of this show. And then when they're finally done with it, they literally just watch the exact same video again.
Talk about filler. Holy fuck. Right now, what a one-sentence essay to fucking one paragraph where they watch the same clip twice?
Because all this show is trying to do is just waste time distracting babies with jingly keys for as long as humanly possible. And I have watched so much Teletubbies for this video, and I hate it. Also, there's a vacuum cleaner named Nunu that looks like he's constantly in pain.
Constantly in pain, bro. He looks like he's on fucking bath salts.
Nunu is my favorite character because I can relate to him. And look, I get it. This is a baby show, I am not the target audience, and hopefully neither are the people watching this video. There is clearly no actual lore or world building here for me to discuss.
Or is there?
Years ago, I even made another parody video of dark, edgy Teletubby theories.
Now why don't we watch a little bit of Teletubbies and see what we find? We see the show using overstimulating vibrant colors to mimic the psychedelic effects of LSD.
You know, that was...
He made a theory 10 fucking years ago about Teletubbies?
Just me making fun of losers who genuinely try to analyze this baby stuff. Anyways, here's my genuine analysis of Teletubbies. Despite everything I have just said, I do believe that there is a way to make sense of every weird random detail in this show. And it starts...
Well, the sun, somebody in chat said the sun is just the viewers watching, which makes sense. But like everything else, it's just like, is there a plot behind this? Or is this just directors trying to make visually appealing things for infants?
Every weird random detail in this show. And it starts by asking a very simple question. Where is Teletubby Land?
Over the hills and far away, Teletubbies come
Area 51
to play.
It looks like Earth with the...
There's an abundance of rabbits. There's an abundance of rabbits. Where are rabbits not supposed to be, but they multiply in insane amounts? Australia.
Nature and
New Zealand. Rabbits are in Australia. Or no, not rabbits. Well, rabbits are in Australia. Teletubbies are in Australia.
Rabbits, but we never actually see any humans. For all we know, this could be some distant alien planet or magical alternate dimension. But we know Teletubbies do have some kind of connection to humanity.
Because they have the same sun!
The weird speakers are constantly telling them to do human things, and they are constantly being sent videos of human children in the real world.
Hi, I'm Romy. Let's make some bagels.
And I feel
What? That's a plot of the show? What is this, an NBC News fucking flash segment? We're just talking... Hey, this is Johnny's Bagel Shop. The Teletubbies are watching.
Like the intro at the start of every episode does imply that Teletubby Land is on Earth somewhere.
Over the hills and far away.
Over the hills and far away. They are telling us where the show takes place in relation to us, the viewer. And to get there, we need to go over the hills that are in our way, as opposed to like going through space or a magical portal. Meaning Teletubby Land is likely on Earth.
But it's past the ice wall. The Teletubbies is proving that the Earth's flat. The Teletubbies is proving that the Earth's flat because it's over the hills. They're saying it's over the barrier that the government sets for us, and this is all government experiment, and they're trying to hide that from the fucking humans. The Teletubbies aren't actors. They're actual aliens being filmed.
This doesn't make sense, because Teletubby Land has a weird sentient baby-faced sun, but in the human videos, we can see that they just have a regular normal sun with no face. So, if they're both supposed to be on Earth, then why is the sun different? Well, maybe it's not a question of where Teletubby Land is, but when. What if Teletubbies takes place on Earth in the future sometime after the normal sun somehow grew a baby face? And if that—
Chills. Goosebumps going over my fucking arms right now. This is insane.
that sounds far-fetched, then take a closer look at these human videos. Now, in most kids' educational shows—
to remind them what humanity is because humans are extinct.
These types of segments are like Blue's Clues, where Steve gets sent mail from children who are fans of the show and say, "Hi Steve, I love Blue's Clues."
Look, it's a letter from our friends.
Hi, Steve. Let's go see my classroom.
But in all 485 episodes of both the original and—
Do you think the kids that were like previewed on Blue's Clues kind of like have that as a fun fact, a part of their life? I feel like that becomes a part of your personality. Like you mentioned that. You mentioned that early in. You don't hide like if you were a kid on Blue's Clues, yeah, that's an icebreaker. You're at a bar. You know, I was actually on Blue's Clues when I was a kid. I feel like everybody would be like, "Really? Tell me more."
2015 revival of Teletubbies. Not once do the children ever acknowledge the fact that these videos are being sent to Teletubbies.
Hello, my name's Daniel. Hello, I'm Stephanie.
They never even say the word Teletubby, which feels like a very weird, deliberate choice. For all intents and purposes, these are just random videos of humanity that could have been made long before Teletubbies ever even existed. And this all gets a lot more interesting when we take a look at the most recent Netflix Teletubbies reboot from 2022.
Over the hills and...
There was a reboot. Netflix bought out Teletubbies to keep making the show.
Far away, Teletubbies come to play.
Time for Teletubbies.
This reboot—
hard scene change in the new Netflix special. It just fucking teleports them to like a fucking nuclear war center.
It makes a couple very interesting changes to the show. One of them being to the human video segments.
Ew, why do they shake like that?
Human video segments.
Dipsy. Hi. Hi there. Hi.
Hold up, I'm getting a video segment on my stomach.
Hi,
What the fuck?
Instead of just a couple random kids out in the world, these videos now take place inside of a single reoccurring location with a woman named Julia—
a clone bunker! Because humanity's extinct and Julia's a fucking AI robot!
Who sings a song with a group of different children every episode.
You are a rocket, a super fast rocket, then run and touch a star.
And what's immediate—
Yo, fire whoever wrote that dumbass song. Are you fucking kidding me? No flow. What? Go and touch a star. What are you, a third grader? You can't come up with a better bar than that? This is a fucking Netflix show, dude. What type of budget? I feel like ChatGPT could come up with some better shit than that.
Then run and touch a star.
And go run and touch a star.
And what's immediately different about these videos is that for the first time ever in the 27 years of this show airing, there actually is a direct acknowledgement of Teletubbies from a human being. Julia's shirt clearly shows the 4 Teletubby heads, meaning these videos in particular are not from the past. They are being made explicitly for Teletubbies to watch, and the humans in these videos exist at the same time as the show, which obviously begs the question, what does the sun look like for these humans? Well, here's the strange thing about—
They never go outside. Dun, dun. Because the radiation turned the humans into Teletubbies, and they're not aliens. They're just deformed humans over years and years of nuclear warfare that ended the fucking human civilization, but other people started morphing and evolving into other non-human creatures. And now they're trying to remind themselves what their past was like. And so the real humans actually live underground because they weren't affected by the radiation. And then the sun, I still can't explain the sun. The baby has the conscious sun.
Videos. We never get to see the sun. In fact, the kids in these videos never actually go outside, which is very strange when you compare that to the years worth of previous human videos that are almost always outside. There does seem to be windows, but unlike the windows we see in previous videos or even in Teletubby Land, these are weirdly opaque, never actually showing us the outside world. The best we get is this obviously fake depiction of the sky on the ceiling. For some reason, these videos feel completely cut off from the outside world. Where are these people? Hang on a second. What if over the hills doesn't mean Teletubby Land is behind hills? What if Teletubby Land is literally over the hills, as in on top of them, and this room is somewhere deep underground?
Am I a genius? I mean, you know, I'm really putting 2 and 2 together here, Alex. I think me and you are on the same wavelength. I think I'm picking up what you're putting down, you know. And I think I'm really locked in on this theory.
Completely cut off from the outside world. And if that seems too far-fetched, remember where the speakers come from.
Underground! Underground! And it's not like a Bluetooth speaker. It's like they're speaking through a metal pipe.
Time for Tubby Bye-Bye. Time for Tubby Bye-Bye.
They come from underground. The speakers with a human adult voice telling the
And what if the Teletubbies are actually just gods? And they have to please them to keep them alive?
Teletubbies what to do.
There's a lot of options still on the board here.
Come from the same place where an adult woman wearing a Teletubby uniform makes videos. In the future world of Teletubbies, humanity lives underground. But why? Well, once again, I think this all has to do with the sun.
With the sun, baby. Stop. Why are they making it creepy?
Imagine a world where everything is normal. You go to work, walk your dog, watch YouTube videos, but then, one day, suddenly, without any warning or explanation, the sun wakes up. You realize that the giant ball of gas in the sky that gave humanity life was actually a cosmic sentient being all along. But it's not
the government, for the people that don't know. Part of the problem with Section 8 housing is places will partake in Section 8, but then up their pricing, knowing that a percentage of it is going to be covered by Section 8. So they're actually just making you pay more because they know the government's going to be paying for a percentage of what it is. I'm not a genius on real estate, though, so it's just like greed, though, of like real estate owners.
If it's an algorithm determining the prices and the landlords or companies aren't actually discussing anything.
Imagine a world where people aren't slaves to money. The problem is money's kind of needed. You could have different economies that run and have rules for how money is shared and how much things cost. But you kind of need money in a society for it to function. If you don't have money, then you need something that is an attributed asset or something that is valuable and can be given a price to price ratio. It used to be the gold standard, right? So like everything used to be based around gold. Now it's based around the US dollar or whatever currency that your country has. But you need some sort of centralized thing that is different from just trade items. You need something that just has value. Otherwise, you can't trade for certain items. Because, like, the older days, it was like, hey, I have a bunch of wheat. Well, I don't need fucking wheat. So you then trade wheat for gold, and then you use gold to buy something else.
Is it collusion? This has been a hot topic as AI and algorithms have completely outpaced our current laws, but the DOJ in several states did sue RealPage over anti-competitive practices, and there's currently a proposed settlement between the DOJ and RealPage that would force them to stop offering software that recommends how much to charge tenants, which is a win, but there also has been similar cases related to hotels and casino pricing that have been dismissed in court due to lack of evidence. Which leaves us in this weird twilight zone, and is part of the reason this video was so hard to make. As AI continues to advance and we continue to integrate the digital world with the physical world, how far is this all going to go? This is an electronic shelf label. You've probably noticed them at stores like Best Buy or Target, and in theory, it makes it easier for stores to reprice items or change shelf layouts. But they can also be changed remotely at any time, which means it won't just be Instacart changing the pricing in the app while you're shopping, but they could update it in real time depending on who's looking at it. Kroger recently partnered with Cooler Screens, who makes those digital freezer doors we're starting to see that often have an ad on them. But the scary part is that they also have a
That's even worse, bro. The fucking freezer doors that just have ads and other shit on them that tell you like what's in there, but it's also popping up other shit that it thinks you might want because it sees that you're standing in front of it, so it profiles you and then markets to you what they think you would most want.
Facial detection feature in them, allowing them to change the ad on the screen depending on the age and gender of the person standing in front of it. Kroger does deny that they're using the facial recognition technology, but we can all imagine what's possible if they decide to turn it on. Pretend you were to walk into a store tomorrow. As soon as you walk through the door, your phone pings so the algorithm knows you're in the building and immediately has all of your shopping preferences saved. As you're walking through the produce aisle, the algorithm knows you've been watching TikToks about banana bread, so the price tag on the bananas instantly increases from $1.59 to $1.99. As you continue walking through the store, you reach the freezer aisle.
Bananas still aren't even that expensive, bro. Bananas are about the cheapest fucking thing you could buy at a grocery store, dude. Bananas are like 50 cents a pound. They're worth nothing. Bananas are fucking dog shit. Like, it's because there's so many of them and they're so easy to preserve that they could just fucking sell them for almost nothing.
Or recognizes that you're with your 15-year-old nephew, and because the algorithm also knows you've been watching Netflix on your phones, an ad pops up for the new Stranger Things Eggo Waffles collab. Not only that, but the camera also sees your 8-year-old niece who always asks your Amazon Alexa to play the songs from Frozen. So it shows a buy one, get one half off of the waffles and a Frozen inspired ice cream flavor.
Oh my God, the Stranger Things Eggo Waffles?
And a Frozen inspired.
Like, why is that a product? Fucking throw that in the garbage. Frozen 2 Magical Mint Snowflake. That makes more sense.
Neither of which were things we were planning on getting when I walked in the door, but now they're in my cart and I'm spending more than I originally intended. This is just a small example of what's possible with this technology, and it's only getting smarter and better at predicting the maximum amount we are all willing to pay. If we continue down this path, there won't be a market price anymore, and competition will basically just disappear. We would reach a state of what economists call perfect price discrimination, meaning every person will see a price that is 1 cent below the maximum amount we would pay for an item. Some people would pay $4.99 for an apple, while others would pay $1.99. And all of this is almost unavoidable. Some economists say that surveillance pricing creates a more efficient.
Unless I start acting like I like certain products and hate others. I start tweeting out that I despise Honeycrisp apples and I think that they taste like fucking shit, right? Then I go to the grocery store, I sneak a Honeycrisp apple into the cart.
Market because the price reflects real-time supply and demand on a per-person basis, but it also eliminates the free market. If all the stores use
Honeycrisps are the best. Oh, I agree. They're the best apple. I'm saying I would lie and say that I hate the things that I like.
Same algorithm, you'll never be able to shop around for a lower price or find any real deals. It'll all just be a facade. There have been some proposed regulations that would require online and in-person stores to label things more clearly and say that they were price band algorithm, but all those pricing decisions we talked about are meant to be hidden from us. So how would we know if we're actually getting taken advantage of, and would we be able to enforce these new regulations? Thankfully, groups like Consumer Reports are conducting studies and investigations to dig into this, but to a certain extent, we have no idea what's actually happening. And I don't know what the perfect solution is. Do we put a stop to surveillance pricing completely? If so, how would that be enforced? Do we set limits on price increases? Or do we force every company to create their own internal pricing algorithm? I'm not really sure, but I'd be curious to hear your thoughts. Thank you so much for
I
watching.
don't know. I think just starting with the digital pricing system, I think if they want to have that to reduce the need to physically change every price tag, that's fine. But there has to be some legal rule that they're only allowed to change prices once a day, you know, like at the start of the day. Like once that is set, they're not allowed to change it at noon during rush hour when they know more people are going to be in and they're in a hurry and they're just going to pay more for the product. Like stuff like that. Outside of that, like the collusion of companies working together to determine prices, just fucking remove the capability for them to share information with each other. See a crackhead on the side of the street. So they kind of not force you, but they kind of get you to go down the tunnels because they don't want you to they don't want you to be in the public. They want you to be underground where people can't see you.
We got word that Phil passed away.
That happens anyway. I mean, it happens in other cities too, like Skid Row. I mean, you see it, or like Kensington. Like there's a lot of like governments that, not government, a lot of city districts that kind of half enclose people into certain areas.
Just weeks after this interview, we got word that Phil passed away.
He died? Oh. Wow.
Walk through the tunnel. Mineral deposits on the ceiling catch our eye.
So there's water that's leaking through. That's the calcium from the water.
These show that rain makes its way in again and again. Who knows how many times the flood destroyed homes and took lives. We're going ahead. Someone has created a memorial here.
Somebody passed away. Dixie Hart, Roses.
When it floods, they have 20 minutes to escape. If the current or floating debris doesn't
Oh my god, and you're just running in the dark.
Trap them inside first. This tunnel is full of puddles with a constant breeze blowing through.
Oh my god, here we go again.
The ground is a mix of sewage, trash, and human waste. And now, all of it is soaking into my shoes.
Everywhere.
Yeah, I keep forgetting it probably smells like fucking shit. Constantly.
Trash. And dead animals. Yeah.
Oh, that's nice.
A dead rat. It is from a casino?
Yeah.
Oh my. Our feet are wet, but that's how we roll here.
You have to keep going.
We are walking in this tunnel, going on and on to find Rob's old friend, who's been living down.
Yo, they can't even, if they have their, actually, I didn't even fucking think about this. For the people that were, I don't know if they were joking or not, going, hey, they could just go gamble, they can't. Because if they get money, when you go gamble at a casino and you get chips or you get a ticket of your, fucking slot machine winnings and you have to go cash it in, regardless of whether or not you look 21, you have to hand them your ID because they scan it before they give you your money back. So if you don't have an ID, you're not able to get winnings. Like if you come in with $100, you turn it to chips, you run that up to 10K in chips. It's only needed if you win above 10K. No, that's when you get a tax form. I'm pretty sure you still need an ID. At least in AC, when I gamble, every time I've ever won money at a casino, I've had to give them my ID when I get money. I don't know. Maybe not for a slot machine. If you're going to like a ticket, like it would be like basically an ATM, but the reverse, where like you put in winnings and then it gives you out. I don't know. Not at a sports book.
The moldy gray walls started to fill with color, and then we walked right into what looked like
You don't need an ID at a sports book, Zeusy. Like for winnings?
Underground art.
I feel like you would at least need an ID to place an IRL bet. Online you do.
Art studio.
Someone built their own gallery down here.
Sad thing is
that a fucking Rocket League car?
Art studio.
Someone built their own.
I think I'm just brain rotted.
Gallery down here. Sad thing is, one heavy rain could wash it all away.
That's actually really good art, too.
Jay's tunnel is furnished with salvaged materials. There are all kinds of random stuff. A baby stroller, bags, toys, but everything is surprisingly well organized.
Yeah, my name's Jay. I live in the flood tunnels down here for like pretty much ever, like 8 or 9 years. I moved out here, all my luggage is stolen, my ID, everything. Basically welcome to Vegas with $27 in my pocket. There is really no safe anywhere. You'll get robbed by other homeless people, you'll get robbed by the police.
This is where each day begins and ends for him.
What happens when they come to them?
You go to jail.
What?
Yo, don't you go a little insane, too? Where it's like, if you're in the darkest parts of the tunnels where, like, you can't really see light on one side or the other, and you don't have technology, you wake up and you don't even know what time it is. You have no idea how long you've been asleep. You could have been asleep an hour, 8 hours. You're kind of just gauging it off of how you feel.
Go to jail for trespassing.
Whose property is this?
This is by state property. It's a flood zone. They put you in jail for anything. I went to jail the other night for being on the boulevard.
They are the undesirables. The government banned them from everywhere. People often see these individuals as potential criminals, but Jay is tired of this.
I hate being hated by most everybody for what other people do. Not all homeless people are bad. Every day at war with myself, it's just not worth it.
Stigma. With time, he developed survival tactics.
There's really no food or water here. There's water in the back.
If you're homeless, just steal and go to jail. You get food and bad thoughts. People do that. In a lot of colder regions, people do that, where they'll purposefully do petty theft or crime so they don't go to prison. They just repeatedly go to jail. But, I mean, that's also not helping you, long term. Then it's like, you have you get like air conditioning or whatever, but like now you're in jail, you have even less freedom.
Yes, but it's all like wastewater. I usually eat what people throw out. Everything you see here, I found in the trash.
How do you get shower here?
Basically with a 5-gallon bucket of water.
What exactly happened to your eye, if you don't mind?
Shot in the head with a .45. I don't remember none.
How did he fucking live? He got shot in the head?
What is the worst thing that happened to you here?
Probably the whole haunting situation, like shit following me. I mean, I've seen demons. It'll move stuff. It'll make stuff disappear. Like, I'll be laying on my bed. It'll move the bed. It'll mimic people's voices. It'll call, like, from outside, call down the tunnel my name. Just go in the back, hang out for 15 minutes with no flashlight. Tell me what you think.
What have you seen exactly?
Oh, my God. What, like, you fucking started losing your mind in the dark?
Looks like a man, very thin, probably 6'5".
The Hat Man?
Pointed. Looks like a man, very thin, probably 6'5". Got a very pointed nose, no arms or legs. It moves so smoothly. If it's totally pitch black, you can clearly see it. It's blacker than black. That's the thing that drops the temperature.
What are you planning for future? Where do you see yourself in 10 years?
Dead. I don't know.
Oh.
Everybody's like 2 paychecks away from being homeless.
Every tunnel has its own identity, depending on who lives in it.
You can see a lot of needles here. Disgusting.
Where was I where I was thinking about that? I always wonder how in certain areas that have such high costs of living, how people make ends meet that have regular jobs, like being a barista in Los Angeles. Like, do you live outside of LA and then you like commute in? Like, how do you make enough money even with roommates? How do you live in like New York City as just somebody that's, fucking, I guess, working 35, 40 hours a week at like a regular, 9 to 5. A lot of side hustles. That's what I'm thinking. Lots of roommates, lots of side hustles. You're kind of living on the outskirts of the city. It's like, fuck, dude. Multiple jobs, good budgeting. Yeah, it has to be. That's what I'm saying. Like, that's why if you're somebody in New York City, you're living in a shoebox apartment that you're sharing with somebody with a shared bathroom. You're working a minimum wage job. You're not working 40 hours a week. You're working 70, to be able to fucking make enough money. And you're never even home. That's like, we watched one video about, I mean, this is just different New York City versus Vegas. It's probably very similar in Vegas, but it's like, we watched the one video about one of the smallest apartments in New York City, and the person they were interviewing was like, I just need somewhere to crash. You know, they're never home because they're always working. If they ever have free time or money, they're not going to stay at their apartment. They're just going to go spend it elsewhere. So it's like, they're literally just paying fucking thousands of dollars a month to just fucking have somewhere to fall asleep for 8 hours and get back up.
Life.
Do you have contacts of your family?
Somewhat.
What do they think that you're doing right now?
They don't ask.
What did you do before you came to these tunnels?
Before I was in this situation, I was a family man. 2 boys, 1 girl. They still live out here. My son just turned 17 last month.
When is the last time did you see them?
10 years ago.
Oh. What is the worst
He hasn't seen his son since he was 7.
thing that happened to you in these tunnels?
Somebody died right where we were standing last night.
Last night?
Last night.
How?
OD. Life is precious. And short.
Nearly 7 out of 10 Americans live paycheck to paycheck, barely making ends meet. For many, it takes just one unexpected event to lose their financial stability. Oh my God. We were in the tunnels and you can see the Caesar's Palace on that side. This is a drama. If you want to shine a light into these tunnels, consider donating to the Shine a Light Foundation. Don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel for more documentaries like this. Huge thanks to MyHeritage for sponsoring.
Oh my gosh, man. That was a sad fucking video, bro. Dystopian, really scary. This society we live in. Yeah, bro. But let's give tax breaks to people that make fucking $100 million a year. What a fucking great idea that is. Oh, 7 out of 10 Americans live paycheck to paycheck. Why don't we vote for people that fucking, sorry, I'm not trying to make it political. It's just fucking insane, man. Like CEOs. And this is coming from somebody that I make good money, right? Like I should get taxed more. I should get taxed more. I'm not going to sit here and argue that I need to make more money. Is it annoying that I have to fucking pay a lot in taxes? Yeah, but it's like, I'm the guy to pay it. Why the fuck are we sitting here going, oh yeah, actually, why don't we give more people, why don't we make Elon Musk a trillionaire? What a great idea. That'll solve society. The trickle-down effect. The trickle-down effect. Once Elon Musk has $1 trillion, he'll start handing it out to everybody else. We'll start handing it out. Eventually, yeah, that's what's gonna fix it. Once he gets $1,000 billion, then that money will start getting redistributed to the average American. Fucking hell, man. Like, there are billionaires that do donate a shitload of money. I'm pretty sure Jeff Bezos' wife gave billions of dollars away. I know the Bill Gates family, or the Gates family, does a lot of stuff. But, like, fuck, man. Only political take for today. I believe no one should be a billionaire. I think that you could reach $999 million, and after that, it is a hard cap. You've won at life. You should not. You can work. You can't own a business anymore. Shit's got. Maybe you could be like a supervisor. You should not be able to get more money. Your net worth should be capped at $999 million, and that's a lot of fucking money. Next video: stealth camped outside North Korea. This is Jack's last video. This is Jack Pembroke's last ever video, because now he's probably in the hands. I have no idea how this was uploaded on YouTube, because this was probably taken moments before North Korean soldiers captured him.
The most militarized and dangerous country in the world. All along the border, there's numerous guard towers and constant armed military surveillance.
Also, mines. Jack, if you're camping outside the North Korean border, you could very well step on a Korean war mine that has been there for 50 years. Like, you might actually die.
Making it near impossible to go unseen. And yes, the title is real. I'm actually going to attempt to stealth camp at the North Korean border. What the heck? I think this is an actual military bunker. Kim Jong-un.
This is so scary to do. I think anything where you're trespassing in a foreign country is terrifying. Can I say that? Not even the fact that it's North Korea. Like, trespass, like he does a lot of videos where he's like stealth camping in Alcatraz and all this other place. And that's like, you know, scary because you're not supposed to be there, but you're in the US. So like worst case, you know, they fine you, you get a slap on the wrists, and, you know, you fucking go about your day. Here, even if he's in South Korea, like you could fucking get in so much trouble for like trying to get close to the border.
And our journey begins in South Korea. Hello. Hello. I'm going to the border.
Border? You're telling the random South Korean Uber driver or taxi guy, I'm going to be running into North Korea today. Any tips? Do you think I should bring anything with me? I don't know how long the journey's going to be.
Is it scary? 안녕하세요, YouTube. Pretty sure that means hello YouTube in Korean. Before I go to bed, there's a few things I haven't told you guys. Tomorrow morning, we are going to the North Korea border. More specifically,
I feel like he's got to be, before he actually says where he's going, there's no shot he's going to like the demilitarized zone. Or you know what I mean? Like, or whatever it's called. That area, no, it's not demilitarized. Where is that what it's called? Where they just stand there? The soldiers, and they just watch each other on both sides. They never speak to each other, but they just stare at each other, and they've done that at the fucking 39th parallel or whatever it is. Yeah, the DMZ, it is the demilitarized zone. For like years. 38th parallel, not 39th. There's no way he's going there because there's so many people there. I feel like he's going to be going to some random fence that's just like posted up along the border.
Demilitarized.
I'm going to say this, and this is going to sound stupid. I think it's hard to escape North Korea. I feel like it's probably not that hard to get into it. Do you agree? If I was in South Korea, which I've never been, so this is literally me just saying this off of, you know, pure Joe Bart ego speculation, I feel like it's probably as simple as just running across. Like, I don't think they would stop me. North Korea would accept. Oh, do you think they would shoot you? What if I had like a body pillow of Kim Jong-un with like hard eyes, and I was like, I love Kim Jong-un, please. And then I run in. Like, are they shooting me? Especially if I come, bro. Like, I would enter like here. If this is my strategy, if I ever had to invade North Korea, I would not enter in the demilitarized zone, like that central point that everybody goes and visits. Tourist-wise, I'm going to some random-ass spot, and I'm just running across.
North and South.
You'd get kidnapped and interrogated. And then I would say that I just love North Korean culture. More people are trying to budget their spending than ever. But even with the tightest budget, you still need to make room for the essentials like gas, groceries, and an occasional eating out. And with the Upside app, you can earn cash back every single time you spend. With over 100,000 participating locations, Upside users earn over $1 million in cash back every single week. And all you got to do is open the Upside app, claim an offer, and pay like normal. And it doesn't interfere with other credit card rewards or loyalty programs that you have, meaning you're just getting cash back on top of what you already have. The average Upside user earns $290 in cash back annually, meaning if you don't currently use Upside, you're just missing out on extra cash you could get back. I get the most out of Upside at gas stations. I'm constantly traveling for social media and vlogging and other stuff. And so when I'm at gas stations, it's easiest for me to just input it on the Upside app, pay to fill up my car, and get some cash back in the process. Upside has given $1 billion back to its users. To find out how much you could earn, download the free Upside app and use promo code JOEB to get an extra 25 cents back on every gallon on your first tank of gas. That is an extra 25 cents back on every gallon on your first tank of gas using promo code JOEB. Sign up for Upside, link in the description. Thank you to Upside for sponsoring this video, and let's get back into it.
This is the closest you can get to North Korea, so as you can imagine,
I just moon one of the soldiers. He's standing in the T-pose. I'm like, hey.
On Earth. This is the closest you can get to North Korea, so as you can imagine, they're very strict with their rules. Not just anybody can go to the DMZ. I had to book a private tour weeks in advance.
$45,000? Oh, 30 US dollars. Huh. I didn't see the parentheses.
advance just to go see this place. All of these factors really stress me out considering the goals I have planned for tomorrow. 1. Spread propaganda.
Oh, that's
I want
awesome.
to absolutely tarnish this man Kim's name, and I want to do it as close to him as possible. I even had some custom...
Jack, this is the worst idea I've ever seen. This is... Bro, Otto Warmbier, while he was in North Korea, literally got turned... They killed him. They made him brain dead in North Korea.
Propaganda post
for taking a poster, let alone spreading propaganda.
Posters made. 2. Scout the area and get an idea of where I
Oh
can
my god, he's gonna wear a ghillie suit? Bro, you're gonna get sniped.
Actually stealth camp. The goal is to be able to see the North Korea border right where I'm sleeping. And 3, don't get caught or shot. This actually might be the hardest part. I can't believe I'm actually doing this. I think I've been more anxious the past few weeks than I have my entire life just from anticipating tomorrow. This will be my last night in an actual...
This is purely free will here, Jack. No, this is entirely optional. You came up with the video idea to stealth camp in South Korea on the border and booked your flight. And then you're sitting here like, damn, I really don't want to do this.
I'm going to try to get some sleep, and tomorrow we'll be sleeping at the North Korea border.
Is this the video you're in? Chat, what are you doing if you see him stealth camping and across the way in North Korea, I'm in the video and I'm just standing there?
If you're wondering why it's still dark outside, it's 5 a.m. Let's get dressed. I called myself an Uber to take me to the pickup spot for the tour, which was at this random train station.
Yo, I'm so calling a Waymo and just redirecting it to Pyongyang. I'm putting that shit in. I'm going, take me to Pyongyang. The Waymo just starts freaking out. It's like, error, error.
Oh, hello. Yes. Yes, yes.
Oh my god, this random man just knows Jack.
Jack Pembroke.
Oh no, he's the Uber driver. I thought he was a fan. I'd be like, it's me. I'm going to North Korea today.
This guy I've never met before rushed me into a van full of other people I've never met before. He said if we weren't on time, the military literally wouldn't let us in, so we were already in a rush. Okay. That is our tour guide, I'm pretty sure. Oh, we're getting on a bus. So we're loaded up into this bus with a bunch of other people, and this is when we meet our tour guide, Kelly.
We can stay at the DMZ for 3 hours.
She tells us
he just starts asking outlandish questions. So if you sorry, Kelly, if somebody, just were to try and run across the border, like what would happen? I mean, I'm just spitballing here. Like if I were to wear maybe like a bubble armor and sprint really fast and kind of like dodge, would there it's like it'll be like soup dumplings and then just with like onion cups. I'm like, yo, that room has to stink. Like the students in that room when she breaks out her lunch Tupperware bin probably be like, what's her name? Yeah, I know her name's Courtney, but I need to like look up.
Life did not.
Oh, here it is. Courtney Cook. I need to find one that's like gross because she does make good food, but like some of them it's just like, oof. It's like, oof.
Happy Monday. Okay, I have a big old sweet potato. Holy crap. Yeah.
This is just
some
lunch.
Green onions, some butter. Oh, Buddha K. What is that? Almost. Pick them up. Oh.
Just eating a potato. Just eating a potato and onions, bro. Like what is that called? Like a Baltic breakfast. I love watching those too. Some dude with just a bunch of onions and shit, and you just like just munching on them.
Won't need to change. If Brandy wants to literally kill herself eating that much food, then she should be allowed. But she shouldn't be allowed to be monetized on these platforms for it. And
I get that point where it's like you shouldn't be able to be paid for it, but I mean, there's so much worse shit that people get paid for on content. So.
Although Brandy only has 160,000 followers.
It's like if you demonetize this, you have to demonetize anything that's bad for you. And then like half of content in general is not monetizable.
Adi Gutierrez has almost double that follower count and seems to have an even worse diet.
What I ate today as a baddie. Cereal for breakfast.
I mean, again, she is just another influencer starting the day off with a massive bowl of sugar. I get cereal's convenient, and a lot of people watching this video will probably eat it, but just take
Yeah, I used to eat cereal every day before school.
some time to look at
Something you got to grow out of, though. I think, like once you're out of high school and you're eating, you can't be eating, like, just straight, like, Cocoa Pebbles for breakfast. That's, like, a dessert thing. I eat cereal for dessert now. Starting of the day, bro, you got to be eating, like, egg whites, bagel, you know, some shit like that. Fruit, if you want sugar. Not, like, or cereal, yeah, like Weetabix. Or even, like, mini wheats, bro. Like, that's, like, better. At least. You're getting, like, good calories.
how much sugar is in your breakfast
Starting the day with a bowl of Trix
cereal, and I can guarantee you will be surprised. Like I said before, eating this sugary cereal is an awful start to your day, and it'll just leave you feeling hungry later. And then to make things worse, she has about 4 portions of it in just that one bowl.
Good morning, baddies.
Double Red Bull.
Sugar-free, of course.
Yeah, I gotta say, the original Red Bull flavor is fucking ass. It is so bad. And Red Bull did a great job marketing-wise with, like, relating Red Bull to, like, sports and, like, energy and, you know, even, like, most alcoholic drinks at bars, like, mixed drinks, like, shots and shit, use Red Bull. So, but that's also one of the reasons I hate it. Like, if I'm drinking and I smell Red Bull, it's not that bad. But if I'm, like, sober and I smell fucking just a regular Red Bull, I'm thinking of Jaeger bombs. And that shit, fucking gross. Gross. Sugar-free Red Bull. No. And the original flavor is just bad. What is that?
I made a quesadilla with hot Cheetos and hot mac and cheese. Hot.
Bruh.
Olipop.
Now before she's even got changed out
Oh, that balances it out. That has prebiotics.
of her pajamas, she's probably honestly had about 2,000 calories in just an absolute mess of food. And I don't know if this is an American thing, but who puts Cheetos into a quesadilla? Now it's a good thing she has those 2 Red Bulls because her
Dude, I've done that before. There was this, I went back when I used to do TikTok more. Dude, there was this one time I got home from a bar drunk and I felt unhealthy, so I just ate like 2 raw green bell peppers, and I was like, yeah, that'll probably balance it out. That'll probably balance it out. I had 2,000 calories worth of fucking alcohol.
energy levels will
Yeah, that'll probably do my stomach right.
be absolutely through the floor by the time it gets to dinner time.
Bread. For dinner, I have some steak and some taters.
Yeah, can we eat it? Can we eat it with a fucking fork and a knife, bro? What are we doing? What are we doing? What are we doing? Oh my god. Is that butter? Is that just butter, or is that... Wait, no, that's mashed potatoes.
SpongeBob. Delicious.
Now, is it just me that gets pissed off watching that? It's just the absolute height of gluttony, and it's honestly just gross to watch. And again, the comments are absolutely brutal on this post, with people asking if she's trying to have a stroke, and another even asked if this was a standard American diet.
Yep, that's how that's how everybody eats.
Now, I know this isn't the standard American diet, but actually 40% of Americans are obese, so it has to be at least...
Yeah, but bro, even the average obese American doesn't eat like that. The average obese American just eats like an extra meal of the day that's like ultra processed and unhealthy. Like, it's I feel like dieting is really hard, but like it's just a matter of cutting out like the shit, right? Like, people just don't eat fucking... Dude, just swap shit out. It's like people are like, oh, well, I don't want to diet, I'm hungry. But I'm like, you're hungry because you eat like fucking shit. Like, swap out the bad stuff for like vegetables, man. Like, if you eat 2 cups of cooked broccoli, you're full for so long, you know? But if you're eating a fucking processed sandwich of sorts with like white bread, meat, cheese, and then fucking just like mayo, you know, and then on top of that, you're having like a bag of chips. Like, that's gonna fucking flood right through you.
Similar to what a lot of people are eating. Now, the reason I get annoyed at these videos isn't just because of the fat, and despite...
Does the FDA even do their job? Dude, the FDA just ensures that shit is like safe to eat. They don't really like restrict people. And even on that, the FDA is so loose with US rules. Like the majority of the stuff that we have is like highly processed with like chemicals and other preservatives that other countries can't have.
What people online might think, I don't hate fat people. I get annoyed at these videos not just because they're normalizing these awful diets, but because they're being rewarded for it too. Like I showed with James Bowler before, not only do they get free meals, but they get paid by these platforms in the form of ad revenue. Addy has over 300,000 followers on Instagram and over 500,000 on TikTok, posting pretty much every day on these platforms. So it isn't a stretch to imagine that she'll be earning multiple thousands.
No, she ain't making that much money, bro, and I'm sure of it. I did short form, bro. She ain't making fucking 30 grand posting these videos, dude. 7,000 likes. 7,000 likes. That video probably made $15. That video made about $15. Like, you're not... Short form media pays about fucking ass. Nothing. 7,000 likes, dude. 7,000 likes on a minute video. Even if you had like 200k views, $40. Tops. Probably like 5.
Over 300,000 followers on Instagram and over 500,000 on TikTok, posting pretty much every day.
Yeah, 200,000 views on a minute-long video. What I ate in Disneyland. She's not even making the money back for what she paid for the stuff. I mean, you know, granted, she's writing it off if she knows what she's doing. So she's writing off the food that she's eating because she's filming it for a video. But still, it's like, it's not offsetting the fact that you're still just like burning money
on these platforms. So it isn't a stretch to imagine that she'll be earning multiple thousands a month. And then other people with poor...
40 cents per 1,000 views. Carson, if you think that anyone is getting 40 cents per 1,000 views on any platform, even YouTube, you are widely mistaken. Mr. Beast would be the richest man in the world if he got paid 50 cents per 1,000 views. Are you crazy?
Diets will say this.
Most of the time, like, my CPM, wait, actually, no, I think you're right. 50 cents per 1,000 views on TikTok is crack. It's probably like 3 cents, 2 cents, maybe a penny. On, what do I get on YouTube? It varies by video. How do I see that? Yeah, CPM on YouTube anywhere is between like 4 and like 8. So like $4 1,000 views.
And start recording.
That's YouTube on hour-long videos. On TikTok, regular CPMs gotta be like less than a penny.
On themselves eating, thinking that they can make money while eating. And then the only way they get attention by doing this is by eating bigger and bigger meals, which just puts more strain on the health and society. And then when people like Addy get more money, it's pretty obvious what to spend it on.
Facebook pays hella good then, that's what I make. Meta pays more. On Facebook in general, they just jam ads, and the ads are more valuable because the audience is older, and older people buy more products. The older your audience, the more money you make for ads.
What I ate
16-year-old's a lot less likely to buy a product than a 35-year-old.
today as a fatty. Good morning, fatties. I got a Core Power and Heavenly Hunks cake batter flavor. So that's my breakfast. We got In-N-Out.
Yo, but who's literally hype as fuck? Like, yo, the In-N-Out videos, the In-N-Out video just released. Oh my God, I can't wait to watch 3 minutes of just straight silence and... Oh my God, you guys. Oh my God, you guys. This triple-decker burger. Oh, it's so good. Like, why would you want to watch that? Bro, the noises make me frustrated. Like slurping. Ew. That's some shit. Yo, this is the motherfucker that's ordering. Yo, when we did that Doug challenge and a motherfucker ordered Frank's fries at Taco Bell, that looks gross. That looks fucking disgusting. No, actually, if you ever have the money and you want to do some dumbass challenge with your friends, do the Doug challenge. Go, yo, I'll have what the person in front of me ordered. And I guarantee you 8 out of 10 times they're going to order the most gross ass meal. Bro, what happened to a motherfucker ordering just a regular burger? What is that? What is that? What is that pink slop on top of those fries? Those are wet. You're dumb as fuck. That looks so good. Yo, that's the problem with the United States, man. Genuinely. You think that looks good. Dude, those fries look bland as hell. They're covered in cheese sauce and they're wet.
They always stick together anyway.
Your mother's so old,
that her breast milk is powdered. You breastfeed like this.
We got a hot cocoa beignet and a peppermint candy beignet. Let's taste them. Here's one. Don't like it already. Okay. Okay, hot cocoa. That one's pretty good. Trying a normal beignet, but they've been sitting for like an hour or two, so they're not that good. Okay, well that was it for my very short and sweet what I eat in a day.
Notice how none of the food she ate this day is home cooked. And that is something that she does all the time.
Bro, I don't think it needs to be home cooked, bro. That shit just looks... Bro, that is actually just fucking slop.
Because she can afford to eat out all the time.
That looks so bad. Yo, I'm getting mad at the chatter that said that looked good. I'm sorry. Yo, those look like the worst fries ever. They're fucking pale. They look frozen. They look cold. They're sticking together. Dude, are you insane? Those look so bad.
The sad thing about a lot of these accounts is that people actually support them. And it isn't just other obese people who want this unhealthy lifestyle normalized, but it's actually people that get turned on by it. I found one account during the research of this video by a guy who said he was taking his fitness journey seriously while literally bragging and holding his belly, showing off how fat he'd gotten. And the comments in the video are all love hearts and calling him perfect, while he's literally killing himself by eating massive amounts of food. And although this guy's videos are clearly fetish content, the video that Addy and the others make also feed people's frankly disgusting fetishes, although maybe not directly, but it's still...
It also is like a snowballing effect of people compare their health to those around them a lot of the time. And if everybody around you is absurdly unhealthy and you're also witnessing these people be really, really unhealthy online, it actually makes you feel better about your own health. And like a weird Schadenfreude, you know, pleasure from other people's pain. You're witnessing this person like eat themselves to death. And you're like, oh, you know, maybe I'm not that unhealthy.
Just as bad. It's blatantly obvious too, because when they post a video that doesn't go viral, the only people that are commenting are from men, just posting heart eye emojis about her. And I mean, a feederism fetish has got to be one of the worst that I can possibly imagine. I just can't imagine finding somebody eating their body weight in food attractive at all.
What I ate today as a fatty. For breakfast, we got cookies.
I don't know. I think like the fat phobia of seeing somebody post this and then making fun of their weight isn't what should be said, right? I think a problem with the social media trends today is like when you see this type of stuff, it's like, okay, well, obviously you shouldn't be like, you go girl, you know, eat the 5,000 calories. You at the same time shouldn't make fun of them, right? Because it's like, that's fucking weird, right? But it's like, hey, like, you should probably stop eating like this. You know, like, that this is going to kill you at some point.
So good. Pizza. The edges are...
Like, in the same sense, bro. Like, if I smoke, bro, y'all don't make fun of me, but you're like, that's bad, right? It's bad, right? Smoking causes cancer, right? If I smoke weed, that's bad for me, right? I'll say that. But it's like, there's a difference between, like, being fat phobic and then being like, hey... this is unhealthy.
Crispy, but you know, it's a little limp. We're just gonna like fold it up.
Like Addy there is just eating donuts and fried chicken for breakfast with what I'm assuming is a full sugar drink. Probably over 1,000 calories in the meal. And people find that attractive? I'm picking on Addy here because she's one of the most popular in the niche. But she doesn't actually have as insane meals as some other people who post their what I eat in a days, like Heather Ryan does on TikTok. Does anyone believe that she only had one piece of chocolate?
Every shoe, every color. Yeah, when you're famous, it can be kind of fun.
What's in that, dude?
Shoe, every color. Yeah, when you're famous, it can be kind
of
fun. It's really you, but no one ever discovers. In some ways, you're just like all your friends. But on stage, you're a star. You get the best.
Now this is weird because it looks like she just had cheese balls with sweet potato fries. and then a big sundae to finish it off. Like, there's actually no real meal in there. But this isn't the end of the world, as long as she doesn't have too much food afterwards.
Bro, it's like, I don't know. Like, this isn't, are these mozzie sticks? What is that? Like, the potatoes and the peas aren't that unhealthy. Like, I mean, they're seasoned, maybe covered in butter, but, like, that's not bad.
Never mind. And if anyone was wondering, she actually had 18
Those were egg rolls. They looked a little thin to be egg rolls.
potatoes on that plate. Heather seems to think that her massive weight is a bit of a joke as well, and actually seems proud about the fact that she eats this much food.
I want my ladies to show.
I think, dude, and that's what I'm saying. I think there's a difference between being proud of your body and then being, like, being aware of the health thing, right? Like, I don't think anybody that's overweight should feel ashamed in their body, right? As long as you're healthy, that's all that matters. But it's like, don't sit there and then eat 5,000 calories on camera and be like, I'm doing fine. Like, no, that's bad.
Off their jawline.
You shouldn't be proud of being unhealthy. Well, there's a difference between people that are just overweight and then unhealthy, right? Like, being like 30 pounds overweight doesn't mean that you have heart problems. But then it's like, okay, now you're eating 6,000 calories a day. That's going to kill you.
If you laugh, you go into hell.
She will probably be over 350 pounds at this point and shows no signs of caring about losing weight. So, as sad as it is to say, I wouldn't be surprised if she suffers a medical emergency.
But it's just hard, man. Like, when if you have like a friend that's, I mean, whether it be you, I'm not making fun of you, chat, genuinely. Like, if you're overweight, I've seen no problem with it. But it's like, from the perspective of a friend, like, you probably know somebody in your life that's overweight. It's hard to bring that up to them because it's like, they're going to perceive it as being judged, you know, when you're perceiving it as like caring. It's like, I don't want to say it's easier. It's never easy to bring up like a friend's addiction, but it's like, I honestly think it'd be easier to be like, hey man, you should stop doing cocaine versus like, hey man, you're kind of fat. Cause like, imagine from that person's perspective, like if you're like somebody that does a bunch of cocaine and your friend comes to you and they're like, you should stop doing coke. You'd probably go, you're right, man. Versus your friend coming up to you and being like, hey man, I'm kind of concerned, you know, you're getting pretty heavy, and like that's getting to a point where like you might have a heart attack at a young age, you might get diabetes. Like your friend there's no nice way to bring that up. You know what I mean? Like, how do you nicely bring up to your friend that like you think they're gonna die young because they eat too much? You can't. Like, so you just sit there and it's like, you know, like you love the friend, but it's like, what do you say? So you want them to lie? No, you just don't bring it up. That's the problem. So then everybody sits there and you watch that happen, right? Whether it be you or your other friends, your friends are like, I'm letting you know if that's you, your friends know, and they've talked about it, right? I'm being dead ass. If that's you, right, your friends want to bring it up to you, but they don't. Not because they don't care. It's just like, how do you, in a non-rude way, tell your friend you think they're getting to an unhealthy level of weight? You can't.
In the near future. Honestly, I haven't got
That's so sad. It's a problem in the US, man. Like, you just can't bring it up.
much else to say about these fat TikToks. I just find them disgusting, and I seriously hope that TikTok and Instagram stops these creators from being able to monetize themselves eating massive amounts of food and normalizing obesity.
Because they know, you know, it's not like they're oblivious to it. It's like, so it's like you're just bringing something up that's like, it's just going to come off as rude. Like if you have a friend that gains 50 pounds in 2 years in just fat, like not muscle, like you're going to witness that and you're going to be like, oh, wow. Like you're like in your head, you're going to go, you know, you should probably lose weight, but like, you're not going to say that to them because that's fucked, right? It's like, even if you're coming from a caring perspective,
I will say it is
gotta be real with them. I mean, yeah, but it's just like, I get it being tough.
Just Instagram and TikTok that allow this now. YouTube actually demonetized my video about the craziest meals in my 600-pound life because they want to steer people away from
Telling your friend that's addicted to cocaine is the same thing. No, see, here's the problem. You tell your friend that they're addicted to cocaine and they need to stop. They could just stop. But if you tell your friend that you think they're overweight, then they're gonna feel like insecure eating around you. You know what I mean? Like anytime they ever eat unhealthy around you, they're going to feel insecure, right? They're going to feel like you're judging them, right? Even if you're not, right? That's the problem. It's like if you tell your friend you should stop doing cocaine, he's going to be like, yeah, I should probably stop doing cocaine. And you could judge him when he does coke. You could be like, you shouldn't do that, right? But and now imagine you tell your friend, hey, man, like, I'm getting concerned about, like, your weight. Like, I think you should lose weight. Then you and him go out to eat fucking 3 months from then, and he orders, like, cheesecake for dessert. In the back of his head, he's going to be like, this guy's judging me.
Making this type of content. It just means
quitting cocaine isn't that easy. I know, dumbass. I'm saying it's easier to fucking judge somebody for doing coke than it is for fucking eating a cheesecake, okay? I'm saying, like, do you understand the point that I'm trying to make? I'm saying your friend's not going to feel insecure when it like, your friend already knows coke's terrible, right? If you're doing cocaine, you know that's fucking horrible for you. But if you're eating a cheesecake, you could reasonably be like, all right, that's not bad for me. Even if you're, like, on a diet, right? People that are losing weight still eat bad here and there, right? You're giving yourself a cheat meal, right? But they're constantly going to feel, like, bad about eating around you.
I need to be a bit more careful.
It's like this fucking, it's like an unseen, like, it's such a complex problem that on surface levels, like, just tell them they need to lose weight. It's not that easy.
What I say in videos. Now, this was a bit of a different style of video for me, and if you want me to look at more What I Eat Today TikToks, let me know, and send me some on Instagram at BigCraigYT. Make sure you subscribe so you don't miss a video, and if you like this—
Oh my god, man, that was like a really upsetting video, dude. Feeder content, nobody makes noises like that when they eat. Oh yeah, no, if you're moaning, I'm not a food addict, I'm an alcohol addict. Imagine if I made What I Drink in a Day videos that were me slamming shots at Everclear. That's what I'm saying, it's normalized, it's normalized. If you're like, what I drink in a day, and then it's like you're just fucking on your 15th beer on a fucking Wednesday, you'd be like, yo, you're an alcoholic. Like, that would be like, you're like, dude, you're killing yourself. Like, this is bad, right? But with food, it's like it's such an obscure problem because you need to eat. And people, everyone eats like shit, right? It's just the level and consistency of shit people eat that skews the numbers, and then it's like, okay, well, what do you say? Actor's ugly anymore.
We came, we saw, we kicked its ass.
Bill Murray was 33 when he shot Ghostbusters.
That's right, boys.
And I gotta say, Bill Murray is an unconventionally attractive man. Before we get into why aren't actors ugly anymore, I'm gonna do a bit of Bill Murray glaze here. I don't think Bill Murray's ugly. I think Bill Murray is a black pill 4, right? Sub 5. But I think the way he puts himself on is like an 8. You know who's really attractive? And I always glaze this guy. From the Fallout show, Walton Goggins. I think Walton Goggins is one of the few men that can rock the horrible hairline. And he is also, I think Walton Goggins is like a 9. Like, Walton Goggins is a very attractive man, but he's unconventionally attractive. He has a very bad hairline, and he doesn't really— I think it's like his facial symmetry is very nice. He's a good bone structure. Now I'm glazing.
This is what actors in their 30s and 40s look like, but something has changed since then, because actors that age—
facial surgery and Botox. Large-scale facial surgery from the Hollywood's greatest to try and keep themselves looking the same that they did in their 20s, to where when they're like 50, they start looking like dolls. And it's scary. Like, I love a man in Hollywood that owns the wrinkles, you know? Like, owns the wrinkles. There's a lot of older women in Hollywood that do it. And I think a lot of women in Hollywood don't go overboard. I think a lot of women in Hollywood get, like, base Botox to kind of, like, get rid of, like, the crow's feet. But, like, I'm never going to judge what people want to do with their face. And this is kind of me— it's sounding like I'm judging. But, like, Ryan Gosling does a lot— he has a lot of— I don't know if this image is edited. But, like, his face is more puffy from what he's done. You know, like, I still think he looks great, but it's like there becomes a point where it's like, okay, you look like a 50-year-old that's making themselves try to look 30 versus, like, I think you can look great as an aging man or woman, right? Who's like an older actor that doesn't do Botox or like facial surgery stuff? Like, maybe like Ashton Kutcher, but he's also not that old. Jack Black. Jack Black was never— I'm more talking about, like, guys that were considerable heartthrobs, you know? Like, people that were, like, you know, praised for their attractiveness. Whereas like Jack Black, I think he's obviously great looking man, stunning, has cheetah eyes, but you know, he was never praised for his attractiveness. He was praised for his acting abilities, his singing, how like cool he was. William Dafoe, yeah. William Dafoe does it well too. Yeah, like I think he looks good. I know he's old, but he looks like it's like I fuck with that, you know? Like, dude, that was like the uncanny shit was that Dunkin' commercial. Can we watch that real quick? And then we'll get back into it. Like, I know they CGI de-aged everybody, but it was fucking creepy. But, like, they made all of them, oh my God, like Joey, what is his name? Not Joey Tribbiani. Well, that's who he plays, but I always forget his actor's name. Dude, that's creepy. No, the worst one is Jennifer Aniston. They make Jennifer Aniston look scary when she shows up, bro. Like, she looks like a doll the way they CGI her face. Oh my God. It's just, I think that's one of the reasons why actors aren't ugly anymore. But like, it's also just this obsession with looks on social media, especially short form media now, where I think a lot of people that get opportunities, it's like the foot in the door is no longer the acting ability, it's the look. I think Hollywood is so much more now about like, we want a guy that's going to look good, right? But it gets unrealistic. You know what I mean? Like now we have like Timothée Chalamet. I'm not saying he has this, but like Timothée Chalamet did Marty Supreme. I think he did a great job, you know, blah, blah, blah. The promotion was awesome, right? But like you could have like Timothée Chalamet playing a regular New York taxi driver. Totally unrealistic. Totally unrealistic. Let's get a guy that actually looks like a fucking New York City taxi driver, okay? Let's get a regular guy off the street and fucking cast him. Why are we trying to make people, why are we fitting these like 10 out of 10 actors in terms of attractiveness to like just like an average role? We're like, yeah, this guy's definitely going to just be flipping burgers. No.
Today don't look like this anymore.
I lost my hand!
They look like this. Or like this. Actors today...
Yeah, 35? What the fuck?
Today need to have great hair, perfect skin, and be in flawless shape. They don't look like regular people anymore. They look like supermodels. This isn't every single actor.
No, they look like supermodels, and then there's like this weird diverging role, right? It's like older movies from like 2010 and before. You had people that were really attractive. You had the average looking guy or woman. And then you have like people that get cast in ugly roles, right? Like they did it a lot in Disney. They did a lot in Nickelodeon. They do it a lot in like comedy movies where like they literally cast somebody to be the ugly guy. Now it's like really attractive people, average extras, and then ugly people as roles. I always wonder that too. I'm like, that sucks to be cast as like the fat guy in a role. I always wonder if that upsets them, you know? Because there's so many movies where it's like they literally cast you as the ugly fat guy. But that's your role. Like, you're not a main character. You're just like a side scene for 5 minutes where it's like, oh, look how ugly and fat this guy is. And then they move on.
But it's clear there's been an overall change in how A-list performers look. And it's also how they're shown to the camera, like in low lighting and with more vibrant colours. They're surrounded by other people, and on an actual set, rather than a green screen.
Everything's under control, situation normal.
You're probably going to say this is because of a wider trend of movies looking bland and flat nowadays, and things like bad lighting, dull colours, and the Netflixy look make basically everything in modern movies look worse. And also, we can't ignore cosmetic surgery.
As my plastic surgeon always said.
But if you look at movies from before the millennia, it's hard to deny that the actors looked more like regular people.
Keep it still back there, lady, or else we're gonna have to shoot you.
I feel like maybe, do you think that it's also just the lack of average-looking people getting into acting? Because all the people that I know now in social media and just also in my life that get into acting are like 8 out of 10 or higher. I think like so many people that love theater and want to get into acting are like shunned at a young age because they don't fit like this beauty standard, even if the skills are there.
Okay, so the word ugly is a bit harsh, and I'm not trying to objectify.
Yeah, no, I don't think ugly. It's like people in Hollywood don't look real. Like, am I crazy to say there's an uncanny level of attractiveness where somebody is so good looking that it's actually a turnoff? Like, you don't look real. It's that good. And it's like, okay, no, like, you look like a doll, like, actually like a doll. Like, they've sculpted you.
Or body shame anyone. Most people who are cast in movies aren't unpleasant to look at. I just mean that they have bodies and faces that theoretically belong to a normal person without the aid of personal trainers, dietitians, and plastic surgeons. They look like normal everyday people you could see walking down the street.
I need a man who has powerful friends.
Bruce Willis, Bill Murray, and Jack Nicholson aren't bad-looking guys, but they have a sort of everyman appeal that we just don't see in today's
You would walk past them on the street and not bat an eye.
stars.
Saw it on the television.
And I love that because I think that brings you into the movie, you know? When it's just like a regular handyman that becomes this agent or something, and he's like a 10 out of 10. I'm like, bro, the average roofer that I hire to do a job is not going to look like fucking Brad Pitt, right? He's going to be a big gut, blue-collar man that's going to fucking staple some paddings to my roof, you know? He's going to look like an everyday guy I walk past on the street.
Big part of this is that today, people just generally look younger.
Physical. Clean.
I think people look younger. I think people get work to look younger. And I also think the average person today is better looking too. Can I say that? I think like every generation looks better than the generation before it. Maybe that's also a fashion thing. Like if I look back at like pictures of 30-year-olds in the 1950s, they look weird to me because they're wearing like fucking clothing that isn't in style anymore. Isn't that the point of evolution? Yeah, like natural selection to a degree. But I also think people are better at holding themselves and like, you know, making themselves look the best that their potential enables them to.
26.
There's a great Vsauce video from a few years ago that goes into this in more detail. Essentially,
we watched that. That was a really good video too. That people look older.
In more detail. Essentially, the clothes and overall style has changed, and combined with better medical care, nutrition, and less smoking, people are healthier and better looking.
I guess I started smoking when I was about 4.
Healthier is a debatable question.
So here's a few age comparisons that highlight this in action.
My mom was already dead then from lung cancer.
Gene Hackman is 44 here. Actors in their mid-40s. If somewhere along the way, almost every actor has taken...
That movie was so fucking bad. That movie was so fucking bad. Jurassic World, love Scarlett Johansson. My God, this movie was terrible. Every scene, she's like, well, I'm a co-op expert. That's why they hired me. I'm a co-op expert. What the fuck do you have to do? I'm a co-op expert. Okay, so we're bringing you to go extract dinosaur blood? You worked in the military and, like, covert shit. What the hell does that have to do with going to stab a T-Rex? Okay? You have your skill transfer. That's like you being a pro in Rocket League and being like, I'm a Rocket League pro. And we're in fucking Vietnam. And we're in Vietnam, you know? We're loading artillery, and you're like, don't worry, I was SSL. That means about jack shit to me. What the fuck does that have to do with this?
It's as if somewhere along the way, almost every actor has taken the substance and transformed into a kind of picture-perfect version of themselves. Not a single wrinkle, not a hair out of place, and completely smooth skin. The best we'll get is maybe a small smear of dirt or a tiny...
The worst that I despise is movie scenes where they're like so fucked. They've been surviving in the wilderness. They, you know, fighting limb to limb to survive. And then you see their teeth, pearly white. They've been in the jungle for 6 months. And they fuck up their face and they make them look, you know, all messed up. And then they're like, and you see the glare off their teeth. I'm like, yo. It's not like why we can't tint their teeth yellow to make this look more real.
Cut. And they look great, but when everyone looks perfect, things start to get a bit stale.
Well, see, no, that scene's different because that's just Vin Diesel, right? That's Dom Toretto. Vin Diesel after plunging a burning car into dirty water. It's Dom Toretto.
And they look great.
Dom Toretto's fucking a badass.
But when everyone looks perfect, things start to get a bit stale. And sure, this isn't every single actor working today. You can still find distinct looking people, but it seems like it is the majority of them. In an article from
That's what I was saying.
2021, Raquel S. Benedict likens our body to become an investment in which we have to maximize our value through looking good. We're reduced to a collection of features like perfect skin or a strong jawline. The body is no—
Oh my god, what is that thing called where it's supposed to give you a better jaw? Bro, just like chew gum. I never understand that shit. Jawzercise, I think is the name of the product.
Features like perfect skin or a strong jawline. The body is no longer the vehicle through which we experience joy and pleasure, but a status symbol that needs to be constantly presentable to the world.
Put your greasy tits away, you preening slut.
For actors, this is taken to the extreme, especially for women. They can never age or show any imperfection. They need to be a bankable star, and a big part of this is looking good on camera.
Pretty girls should always smile.
Let's take hairlines as an example. Sure, Andrew Garfield probably got a hair transplant because he thought it would improve his appearance, but also because it's better to have a smaller forehead as a leading man. And with modern technology, if you can fix this, why wouldn't you?
Yes, Sergeant!
This just wasn't the case in the past, hence a wider spectrum of hairlines and a bigger aesthetic variety.
I wouldn't touch one hair on his goddamn little head.
But today, this is becoming increasingly noticeable, and more people are—
But it's when they're playing a role. I think you want a smaller forehead when the main character is 40 or below. But if you're a main character in your 50s as a guy, having a perfect hairline is almost off-putting. Because the average man in his 50s is going to either be bald or have a receding hairline. Like, without a doubt.
Commenting on it, and here are a few things they've said. I miss actors having normal teeth, and then a picture of Tom Cruise from The Outsiders.
Check this out, buddy.
It's so annoying and just plain boring that everyone has the same teeth, the same body. I miss people looking—
Okay, well, the Barbie movie is a bad example because Margot Robbie is supposed to look uncannily perfect. Like, I was gonna mention the Barbie movie where she's supposed to look perfect, right?
Different and interesting.
Restroom and make sure my hair is perfect.
I watched Invasion of the Body Snatchers last night, and it stood out to me that while Sutherland is hot, he's also clearly in his 40s. Like, if Hollywood wanted to make a movie of a 40-something A-lister playing a middle-aged health inspector, who would they cast? Ryan Reynolds? Chris Evans?
I got this.
We no longer have leading men who are good-looking and charismatic, but also don't look like they wake up at 5 AM to hit the gym. On Twitter, someone was talking about the 1974 movie Taken of Pelham 123. They said it's weirdly invigorating to watch a movie where every actor has an incredible face, and they all look normal, like no veneers in sight.
This is supposed to be a democracy.
Old actors have more grace than current ones. We can't have a truly accurate cast for the Beatles because they just don't make weird, crusty-looking young men actors like that anymore. I miss casting movies that weren't all A-listers or trying to be. Sometimes just having normal-ass people in your movie
I have been complaining about the fact that— oh wow, this guy plays the serial killer in Dexter. Anyways, sorry. I don't even know this guy's name, but I just recognize the face. I've been ranting about how I don't like that the new actors, like Gen Z actors, it's like there's like 5 of them. There's like 5 of them. Whenever you see a big new movie coming out, it's never like a random actor playing the main role. It's always somebody that's like super famous. And I think it's this idea too from Hollywood that like what gets ticket sales is mainstream actors. And it's true to a degree that like if you see a movie that's coming out and it has a famous actor in it, you're more likely to go see it. You know, like if Jacob Elordi, is in a movie, you're going to be like, well, I kind of want to go see that. But if Jacob Elordi's not in the film and it's just like some random guy that isn't that super attractive, or woman for that matter, it's like, you know, it's the same thing. The level of popular actors is like, it's a smaller pool now.
Makes it feel more realistic. To which someone replied, convinced this will be the downfall of the Odyssey. Which brings us on to perhaps a good label to put on this kind of perfect looking A-lister we see today. iPhone face. It's hard to define, but I think it's basically this kind of pristine look that most actors seem to have. It's why some people look out of place in period pieces, because they've got a modern haircut or their teeth are too white. They're striving for a kind of look that didn't really exist before the 21st century. And this speaks to a kind of aesthetic that many modern movies have. They're perfectly lit, the set perfectly designed, the actors in perfectly clean clothes. But this kind of perfection just makes it all look boring. It's the messiness of a normal.
And it doesn't bring the immersion's not there. Like, I want to see some shit where, you know, their couch is fucked up. Like, you're supposed to be this, like, struggling artist in this film, and you're playing like somebody that's broke. Meanwhile, yeah, your apartment's small, but you have like a brand new couch and your carpet's perfectly clean, and you have no crumbs on the floor. There's no like weird marks on the walls, you know? Like every regular room for somebody, you're gonna have like a scratch or a hole in the wall. Like, why don't they have that? Method acting? Well, not even method acting for the actor. I'm more saying, like, the sets just suck.
Or the dirt kicked up from horses, the colour of the set, and the way it's lit. We're losing a sense of personality not only in how actors look, but in how films in general look. Hello? Digital cinematography has given everything the same kind of Netflixy feel. Look, this isn't every movie, and it's not every actor. If you look for it, you can find interesting looking people.
Oh, that movie was so fucking stupid. Oh my god, no, I'm gonna get so mad if, dude, every time he shows that Jurassic Park movie. Where if you don't know, there's like this, they're going, okay. So, in the Jurassic Park movie, the new one, dinosaurs exist, but they only can live at the equator, and you're not allowed to go to the equator. This stupid fucking family is driving a boat through the equator, and they get capsized by a dinosaur. Shocker. They all freak out. The boyfriend's a dick, blah, blah, blah. They end up getting picked up by Scarlett Johansson and her crew, which is trying to extract dinosaur blood to, like, cure cancer. That's the plot, right? Like, it's trying to, like, cure cancer, extend people's lifetimes. It's going to, like, make people immortal or some shit, right? And you're just sitting here like, oh, okay. They don't even explain why. And they get on this boat. They end up getting separated. And the family is, like, struggling to survive in this area. And they're like, none of them die, by the way. Spoiler. Which is, like, so stupid. Because, you know, this is, like, a family of 5 that has no survival expertise. And they just get lucky at every corner. It's just, like, full plot armor. And while they're all, like, struggling for their life and, like, running from these crazy dinosaurs, one of their daughter, like, befriends this tiny dinosaur. And I'm like, dude, she would be terrified of that motherfucker. Their boat got capsized by a dinosaur. She's never seen dinosaurs in real life like this. They land on this island. They're getting chased by dinosaurs. And she sees this baby dinosaur that's, like, cute or whatever. And she's like, aw. I'm like, oh, hell no. She would not, like, walk up to that thing. Dude, everybody would be traumatic. I would be scared to walk up to anything that was moving.
People in modern movies, but this whole change in how actors, and by extension movies in general, look is a natural result of an industry that's afraid to take risks. Movies need to make money, so they minimize anything that could theoretically make the film less successful, but in the process, remove what makes it special. Both films and actors aren't ugly anymore. They're not dirty anymore or bruised anymore. No one looks normal, and everyone looks perfect. And this is a problem.
It's worse than Hubie Halloween. No, Hubie Halloween is a bottom 3 film. I love Adam Sandler. I think that when he plays that role where he does that, like, ooh, I don't know. I just have some soup in a bowl. I'm like, shut up. Shut up. That's like so it's so annoying. And it's like he's not playing the role well. It's like he has like 5 characters and one of them's like a quirky, weird guy that he plays. And he does the same thing in Waterboy. And it's like, oh my God. And no, it's just, dude, it's so, I can't get over it. And there's Adam Sandler movies that I love. I just think that those movies are unbearable. Actually, no, Jack and Jill's worse than Hubie Halloween. Jack and Jill was the worst movie that he's ever made. I gotta piss again, and we're gonna hop into the next movie.